Yeah, Nintendo's always been really weird about their old stuff. Like,
Right.
they're really precious about it, which I can understand to some degree because they're, like, God, their whole first-party catalog is, like, just classics.
Right, sure.
Right? So they want them to have this, like, prestige, but it's goofy that they're selling these games for so much money.
Right.
But another game that gets sold for a lot of money is the game that we're playing here today on Phasing Player's YouTube channel. It's me. I'm Phasing Player. My name is Scott. And I'm here with my Phasing Player boys, the whole Phasing Player trio of James over here in a cool little octopus shirt.
That's right. But we're playing Sea Evil.
No, I tricked you.
I
We're
should
playing
worn my
Cave Evil.
stalagmite shirt.
Do you want to go change?
No, I'm alright.
Okay. And he's not on camera. Well, I guess he could be on camera.
What's going on here?
We got our boy.
Hold on. Find it. There it is.
There, we'll be with you in a second here.
I'm in the corner, baby.
My boy in the closet, Mike Fernandez.
I'm in the corner. Oh,
Yeah.
I've still got James's title up.
Well,
That's not
you
from
got the titles and everything.
Yeah.
That's Mike. What's going on?
MTV's Cribs.
Did you ever set up your microphone, Mike? Did we get that going?
Yeah, I got it. I got it right here. I'm talking into it.
Oh, cool.
as we speak.
Oh, cool.
Give it a little tender little kiss.
That's right.
Well, hey guys, thanks for joining us. Those who are here, we played Cave Evil. Was it 2 days ago?
3 days ago.
3 days ago?
Monday?
Yeah, it's Monday. Yeah, Monday. So 2 days.
Yeah.
Today's Thursday. No, today's Thursday.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm off on my days. We played Cave Evil. We've played it before, and it had just been a little bit. And I kind of got struck by some inspiration. We hadn't done a stream in a little while, and Cave Evil's a fun time. And it's something that people have actually asked me about. Like, you're going to do videos for Nate Hayden's other games, because we did a Sea Evil video like 2 years ago at this point. Yeah, I figured it just felt right. It's October. It's a spooky month. Might as well jump into a horror game. And what better horror game to jump into than kind of the infamous Cave Evil? Notorious, maybe, is a better word. Cave Evil is a cool game. If people watching are not familiar with it, it is a horror game from 2011, 2013, something like that. 2013 might have been a reprint, but it's been out of print for a little while now. It is kind of in print right now. You making noise, Mike, over there?
Yeah, we've got our classic issue.
Oh, sync.
Classic sync issue.
Classic sync issue.
Even though we checked it before the
okay.
before the stream.
Audio is slightly out of sync. Can anyone watch? I see one person is saying that. Can other people verify if we're out of sync or not? It might just be one person.
I just checked it.
Yeah, we are. Okay.
I checked it on my thing. We are out of sync. So, do you want to restart the stream?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
How bad is it? Is it as bad as it always usually is?
Double check. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. Okay. It's better now. Some people are saying it's okay now. Some people are saying it's more than slightly.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it's better now, I'm glad.
Let's see if it evens out, and if it doesn't, we'll stay on the board most of the time, and you guys won't even notice.
Yeah, it's close. It's still off, but it's closer.
Okay.
Well, maybe it'll drift.
Yeah, it might be an internet issue. It might be a tech issue on our end. It's definitely a tech issue on our end in some capacity.
It's a tech issue. It's not internet. Stream is healthy, baby.
But what I was gonna say is that there is a Spanish edition that just got released.
Yes. The Spain edition.
Spain edition,
Emphasis
which
on the pain.
Emphasis on the pain. It's like a tiny S and then big PAIN, which immediately made me think, and maybe it's just because I watched the documentary recently again. It makes me think of the O.J. Simpson novel, If I Did It, which O.J. put out that book that said in big letters on the front of the book, "I did it," and then in the capital I, a little tiny "if I did it." It's like that's what this is. This is the Spain edition, but it's really the Pain edition. So I'm happy that there's a new edition of Cave Evil out. Hopefully, an English release will show up at some point as well. But we have an older release here. I think this is the reprint, the 2013 reprint. If you see me checking my phone now and again, it's just to see the chat, see what people are saying about sync and other things. But why don't we go ahead and switch to the overhead mic, and that'll hide any sync issues that we're experiencing, and we can talk about the game Cave Evil. So this is the setup for Cave Evil, or a potential setup for Cave Evil. It's a really sparse board. This is a mounted board for the game. It is an official thing, but the game comes with a paper map. Though I think the Spanish edition comes with a mounted board as well. Maybe someone with the Spanish edition can confirm if that edition is mounted or not. But it's a really sparse map. There's like nothing on it. It is sort of this white area in the center and then black hexes that resources and creatures will spawn out of. And as we're playing, we will dig out new sections of the cave, potentially collapse existing sections, and sort of carve out what we hope will be a strategic advantage versus the other players. The game does play up to 4. We are playing with 2 today. And I want to point out as well that these red and yellow discs that we've got are not part of the game officially. I woke up in a sweat last night and realized that the official tokens in the game they're standees, and I realized that they wouldn't show up on an overhead cam very well. So I spray painted some little cardboard discs that I had and used a Sharpie to draw numbers out of them. What these are going to be for those unfamiliar, are our armies, our squads. The game is played by getting a bunch of cards and using these cards to summon monsters or items or spells into distinct squads on the board. And as we summon more squads, we can move them each kind of individually all over the place and have them each do actions. This is a war game. This is a hex and counter war game. But instead of a historical theme, we are evil necromancers trying to appease some ultimate evil or kill all the other necromancers in this cave theme. And so that's what we're doing. We're going to be facing off, summoning monsters, blasting each other, and we lose if our necromancer dies. If our necromancer token dies, our necromancer squad dies, we've lost. In this case, because it's only 2 people, that means the other player will win. But in a 3 or 4 player game, the game would continue on until either there's 1 necromancer left standing, or at a certain point in the game, we're going to reveal this card that I've shuffled with other similar cards and drawn from. The evil, the eternal evil that will be appearing in this pit in the center later on in the game. When that happens, you can still win by killing all the other necromancers, but you can also win by appeasing the evil that this card reveals. There will essentially be 3 stages of the game. First stage, we have this little glass bead up here. This is going to move around the board, and when it gets to this section, we're going to reveal that evil card. Then it's going to continue on, ultimately over to this icon here. When it gets here, the evil will then be awakened, and or I guess it's awakened here. It will reveal itself and emerge from the pit in the center at that point, and we will then have the option to fight it or do stuff. We can explain the rules and how things work as we go along, but I think we should, Jimmy, you and I know how to play, yeah. So why don't we just go ahead and get started. And Mike, I see you're listening to some stuff over there, seeing how it looks. How are things?
Yeah, sorry. Good.
Cool. I'm just making sure if the sync is different or what.
Well, let's switch to a camera that will show it, and then we'll know.
Hey guys, I am guessing I'm on camera right now, and maybe my lips are matching up to the audio. Maybe they're not. I see some people saying stuff is getting better. Some, it's staying bad. Hopefully things will even out. I apologize for the sync issues, but unfortunately, without having to remake the stream, it's going to be hard for us to kind of fix it. So we have to cross our fingers and hope that the evil that we are to be summoning is going to fix it for us, approve of our methods and fix it for us. So right now we have a hand of cards, and they start in our hand, and we're going to be collecting resources to summon them. Every card has a cost in, what is it? It's metal, gore, and shadow flame. Those are the 3 resources. And every card is going to cost a number of those to summon. So we don't have anything summoned right now except for our Necromancer. And our Necromancers all have special abilities too that we can use once per game. And kind of a fun thing is those once per game abilities that our Necromancer cards have is they can be used at any time, including other players' turns. Now, James, your dude doesn't actually have a power.
Yeah, I'm just stronger than the average necromancer.
Which is, it sounds boring, but it means his necro can go actually be a force, whereas my necromancer is pretty weak. And again, if she dies, I lose. So I don't really want to have that necromancer out in the front lines. Whereas James, your necromancer,
I've played with in the past, can actually go fight and be mean. We also have, again, the camera that I was showing Mike off with before. We can use to show cards. So here's my necromancer. If you want to take a look at this little skate video, fisheye here. But I have the Ice Dead Sorceress. If we're looking at that, Mike.
Yeah, we are.
So the Ice Dead
We're
Sorceress.
on it, baby.
Let's see if I can get it to focus right here. It will, it's a work in progress. But
I don't think the GoPro focuses so much
maybe not. It's
as
just
it's
really,
just in focus.
Sure. So anyways, the Ice Dead Sorceress, and once per game, she can permanently take control of an enemy squad. Not the Necromancer squad, though. But I can just say, hey, that squad, James, that you like is now mine, as long as I can see it and it's within range. And when we get into combat, I'll explain what all the stuff on this card means. I know it's a bunch of info. Most of it's for combat. And then, James, you've got...
I have the Serpent's Slave.
The Serpent's Slave, who has no abilities.
No abilities. Well, she has a ranged attack. Or he has a ranged attack. They have a ranged attack.
If you look at the stats, you can see I'm at 12. You see those numbers 12 in that hex all around, whereas James is 18 all around. Mm-hmm. So that's combat strength, and James is due.
They also have an ability that says may run, but that is from the War Cults expansion / different game.
Yes, there's an expansion / spin-off of Cave Evil called Cave Evil War Cults. Some of these cards play double duty with that game, so there might be text on these that don't apply to regular Cave Evil. Running is one of those. Well, anyway, why don't we roll the dice here and see who's going to go first?
Sure.
I want to announce also, I hope that people can check, I think the audio should be better.
Ooh, so I got an 11. James, you got a 3. I will go first.
That is true.
All right, so the game is played in a series of phases, and the main one is the actions phase where I do stuff with my squads, but there are a couple that happen in advance of that. First, if any of my squads are adjacent to enemies, either neutral monsters or opponents' pieces, we have to fight. If we're next to each other, we're going to fight. That's the first thing that happens in a round. Right now, that's not the case. So going on to the next phase, I'm going to, conjure, right? Or
you are going to conjure.
Conjure.
It is the Conjuration of Forbidden Knowledge.
Well, I'm going to conjure some forbidden knowledge. Now, there are all these decks here. And I'm going to go to, I won't be going to the kill cam a ton, I don't think, but I'm going to it right now.
All right.
Here are the billions of cards in this game. There are 4 main decks. You're going to have to help me on these, Jimmy.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the Bribe deck.
Yep.
That is the Construct deck.
Yep.
That's the Summon deck.
Yep.
And that is the Abyss deck.
Thank you. And then there's also this Excavation deck and this Protectors deck, which they're different from the other 4. In the Conjuration of Forbidden Knowledge phase, I can pick any one of these decks, these 4, and draw the top card from it. Put it into my hand. I'm going to draw the Summon deck. And the reason I'm going with the Summon deck, just to say this aloud, James, maybe you're going to be doing the same thing, is there's a bunch of resources that get randomly spawned at the start of the game. And by random chance, a lot of those happen to be the Shadow Flame resource. And in the Summon deck, everything in here costs Shadow Flame. So I figure, I'm going to go get some Shadow Flame, so having some stuff that we'll use it might be smart. Okay, that's an interesting card. I'll show some of these off now and again, so don't go looking at that screen. I saw you immediately went to look at it. I saw that. So here I have this sucker. I'll try. These are sleeves. This game is a little expensive and rare, so I apologize for the glare in the sleeves, but I'll at least show the art off on some of these cards.
Where is the kill cam? Oh, there it is.
In the kill
got
cam.
it.
There it
got
is.
It.
So that's the card I got right now. It's a pretty cool looking guy, I think. All right. And
That's
then
a cool card.
I will continue on with the rest of my turn. Now I'm doing squad actions. I can summon some dudes up. Take a look at my hand here. And we're also playing with some optional rules, one of which is that you can exchange... So I guess a non-optional rule is when I take a card from one of those decks, I can, instead of keeping the card, get rid of it in exchange for resources. But an optional rule is you can get rid of any cards in your hand during your turn to get a resource. And so I think I might, I might dump some of this. So I'm going to get rid of, from my hand, you know, actually I'm not going to get rid of anything. I'm sorry, I take it back. I'm not going to get rid of anything. Some of these cards, I should have looked at these better before we started. I feel like I want all of these. These are all kind of useful. So I'll have my Necromancer move. My Necromancer has a speed of 3, so she's going to go 1, 2, right to there. I could enter into here, but I'm not going to right now. And actually, no, because we determined you can't move if you're going to meditate, right?
That is correct.
So actually, you know what? I'm not going to move. My action this turn is going to be, instead of doing anything else, my Necromancer is going to sit there and meditate, and I'm going to draw another card. And I'm going to draw one of these construct cards. And, and it's an event. So I will go ahead and draw another one.
Cool.
Until I don't get an event. If you draw event cards, you continue to draw from that deck till you don't get an event card. All right, so I've done my actions. I only have one squad, so one action. Then we do event outcomes. So I've got this event here, Geyser Spawn. Roll 1d4 to determine resource. Go ahead and roll that, James.
I'll do it.
So we got a 3, which is going to be Shadow Flame. Then roll 1d12 for the amount of resources.
Jesus. 6. No,
9. 9 Shadow Flame. And then roll 1d4 for the throne room it appears in. And we're going to do, this will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
2.
Shadow Flame over there. So 9 Shadow Flame.
In addition to the 3 that was already in there.
That is correct. All right, and that's going to be my turn. You resolve events at the end of a turn after you've done everything else.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and also conjure from the summon deck. Oh, I like this guy.
Good job on fixing the sync, Mike. If you
yeah,
that
so
was
that was I don't give me a good job yet, because what happened was I switched the inputs and it was on the GoPro audio.
Oh, okay.
For the beginning of the stream.
Okay, you figured it out. So
I figured it out. It's better now. I was like, the audio also sucks. So what's going on?
Great.
Anyway,
our kill cam took over the audio. Anyway, James, I'll let you take your turn.
I'm going to invoke a monster, which is summoning it. I'm paying its resource costs of 1 metal, 1 gore, and 1 shadow flame, which is everything I started with.
Who's that you summoned there?
That is my Necromonk. He's a cool guy with a cool axe.
He has a cool axe.
He's not great, but, you know, he'll get the job done. And then he will move 1, 2, 3. And I want to be able to get to this other pit.
Which pit?
This pit.
Oh, with a million shadow flame.
With a million shadow flame. So I might actually have him start excavating. No, that'll take too long.
Sure.
He's going to hang out and be a cool dude. I am going to discard a card from my hand. I'm going to discard this something from the summon deck.
Okay. You discard face up, so we'll discard in front here, yeah. Because you can also, instead of taking a card at random, you can take from the discard piles. I believe it's the top card of the discard instead of a blind draw.
I don't think I need that.
I don't know that we've done it very much.
Yeah. Sounds like Oath to me.
Yeah, Oath is just Cave Evil.
Yeah.
It's just a remake of Cave Evil.
I summoned a fellow, so this eye advances. And also, it's the end of a round, so the eye advances 1 more step.
I see Comic Crack. You're saying you also do the discard stuff from your hand for resources. Resources can be super hard to come by in this game. The right thing can be hard to get. So I understand.
Hey Scott, 2 things.
Yes.
Number 1, can I see the kill cam?
Can you see it?
I'm gonna just do something to it real quick.
Oh, you want it in your hand? Sure. Yeah.
See with your eyes,
And
Mike.
then the overhead's a little dark.
Okay.
Just when you get a moment, brighten it up slightly.
Yeah.
If you have the ability. I don't know what the f-stop is at.
I'm gonna open up. Half stop right there.
That's great.
Just trying to give the best quality to the viewers, you know?
That's right.
Yeah, we got to
So,
do that.
I'm happy that you're on it, Mike.
Yeah, of course.
Well, Scott, it's your turn.
Okay, so the Blood Eye advances again.
Yeah, I just moved it.
I see. Yep. So it should be
It
2
was
up.
here.
You summoned 1 and it moved.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and invoke, conjure, I should say. I'm going to conjure from this first stack.
That is the bribe deck.
Thank you. I was struggling there for a minute. Oh, wow. This is cool.
You know, I have a billion cards and they're all expensive.
I'm going to get rid of this, though. I'm going to discard this cool-ass sword. I'm going to get rid of this cool-ass... Okay, it looked like you were just about to throw that.
Is that what it's called? Cool ass sword?
Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this cool-ass
This
sword. If you want to
Dungeon
switch to this
Degenerates?
cool-ass sword, Mike.
The Thunder Sword.
The Thunder Sword.
Oh, that is really good.
There it is.
Plus 10 weapon. That's very
Yeah,
strong.
that's very, very
Medium and large
Changed it
only.
so it's not so wide angle.
Oh,
so You
beautiful.
don't have to get so close.
We're not. What did you say before? No effects.
No effects,
You
yeah.
We're not-
can, you can hold it a little further away now.
Okay, cool. Anyway, I'm discarding that for the.
No, only
And
large
I
medium
sort
dice.
of regret. I'm sure we're saying this because of how prolific it is. I'm getting rid of it for the Shadow Flame, the 2 Shadow Flame. And then I'm going to go ahead and summon. I'm going to summon up my boy, the Necromonk, into his own squad. 1 Shadow Flame, 1 Metal, 1 Gore. Drop him right next to my Necro. And then they're going to move. They are going to go... Are they going to go... Yeah, they have to. They're going 1, 2, 3 up to there. Very similar to what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be it. That's my turn.
Great.
No events. Necromancer summoned
Excellent.
as his action. I guess I could do something too, but I want him to keep moving. So yeah, that's it. We're good.
Okay. I'm going to conjure from the Construct deck. Oh, man.
For people watching live, or if you want to drop it in the comments, how many people here have Cave Evil and have played it, have Cave Evil and have not played it, or are waiting for a reprint to pick up a copy?
All right. I'm going to discard the Demonic Gore Princess for 5 gore.
Okay.
And
Can we take a look at that demonic gore princess,
Oh,
Scott?
absolutely.
While he's
Let's get the... I'll pick it up. Get rid of the glare.
Oh yeah.
She's pretty cool looking.
Why would you get rid of that?
Yeah, she looks
she's very
strong.
expensive.
Yeah, so the resource cost is always a thing to
Yeah.
consider here. 5 gore, was that 6 Shadow Flame?
Right. She is
It's not
good,
a lot.
but that sort of... Those sort of options... you know, I have cards in my hand that I want to get out. So waiting several turns to get 1 Demonic Gore Princess could let Scott do a Zergling rush and kill me.
I see a lot of people here are waiting for a reprint. I understand. I understand. I know Nate has said it's in the works. I think the plan was this year, but conditions with production and shipping, I think, have thrown that off. But it is coming at some point. So I know that is actually a pretty big milestone because for a long time, I think Nate said this would never get a reprint. But not the case.
Okay, my Necromonk is going to start excavating
Okay.
right here.
So excavation is how it's an action. It's how you dig new parts of the cave out. And you're going to get the top card of this.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to put 3 of these rocks on it. And then every turn, for every excavation point that crew has, you remove 1 of these rocks. Once they're all gone, you've excavated. And now you can collapse as well, but you have to declare
At the start.
before
right.
you start the action if you're doing an excavation or a collapse. So you're excavating. That's what I was going to do on my turn, but decided to move instead.
Then I don't believe I'm going to summon anything else right this second.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, my turn then.
Mm-hmm.
So
This
advance.
moves.
It's moving quick.
Yeah, I think it's
2
going to
players.
move very quickly. And if it gets all the way around to this reveal icon again, we all die.
Correct. If it gets all the way back.
Yeah.
If it essentially goes 1.5 times around when no one's won, everyone loses.
Which is, I've never run into that. I think we've come close once, but
Let's grab 4 gore. Sorry, construct. Okay. It's kind of cool. So the thing is, you get a lot of cards that seem really useful, but right now you need resources. And so I'm going to sadly get rid of this cool-ass centipede whip. For
that's real cool too.
2 gore. Something we forgot to do too, or I forgot to do. I didn't bring it up until it was too late, I think, or didn't think of it till it was too late. Is getting the Cave Evil radio playing. So perhaps in the future, we'll do another stream and we'll get that going.
I could probably pipe it in here.
If you're feeling like you want to take on that task.
I don't know if you can hear it then though.
If I can't hear it, that's okay. If the audience can hear it though, I think that's good enough.
Before.
Does it have a website?
Yeah, if you go to the Cave Evil page on the cave-evil.com, there'll be a link to it.
Pit of
It's like
Infinite.
KVVL radio.
Pin of Infinite Shadow.
All right, let me see. Do I want to summon up something here? A little more of that. All right, I think I'm gonna have to start discarding cards here. So my Necromancer's gonna move 1, 2, 3. She's gonna move next to my my boyos over here, my Necromonk. And I'm gonna summon up for them. Well, first, I guess, I'm going to discard this. I'm going to discard this cool, stretchy headband for a medal. And now it's the back of the card. It's the type of card that gives you the resource. So in the case of discarding at any time, I don't know what camera you're on right now, Mike, but
What do you need?
if you just want to put it on the board, it's fine.
Yeah. Got it.
So I got the back of these cards here. So while every card has resources on the bottom, I won't show it so James can't see my cards. But when you take a card initially from the deck, you can get rid of it for the printed resource value, for one of the resource values. But optionally, you can discard any of these during your turn, but you get one of what's on the back. So 1 metal, 1 shadow flame, or 1 gore, regardless of what's on the front. And so I'm getting rid of, where is it? This cool stretchy headband, which has metal on the back. And so I will get a single metal. And then my operation this turn is going to be, I think I've been playing too much High Frontier lately, operation. I think it's action in this.
Yeah.
My action for this turn is going to be, with my Necro Squad, is going to be conjuring up an item for my Necromonk. Using 2 metal, 1 shadow flame, and 1 gore, I'm going to equip them with this strange pick, which gives +1 excavation speed and +3 weapon.
Yeah, not bad.
Then I'm going to do an action with my Necromancer Squad, which is excavate. So I'm a turn behind James on starting excavation, but with this pick I'll catch up. So I get one of these excavation cards, put 3 stones on top of it, and now he will start removing them next turn. And that's my turn. That's it.
I'm going to try piping this in. If anybody wants to pipe in and tell me if it's way too loud. I think it's really quiet, though.
I'm going to draw from the Construct deck.
Hey, Doctor. Happy to see you in here. Yeah, Construct deck. And yes, the Cave Evil Radio is an app now as well, which I have, but I think it's still online. Mike, did you find it online?
I got it online and I'm playing it, so we'll see if it works.
Yeah, for those watching right now, pipe up. Say if you hear the Cave Evil Radio at all, if it's too loud, too quiet.
I'm going to conjure a Bone Shield for my main Necro here. which costs 1 gore.
Oh, this should be, I think, when I summoned my Necromonk, did you move that up?
I don't know.
I did not, so I would say go ahead and move it up.
Well,
They said they can't hear it. One person says it's very subtle.
let me turn it up here.
Jack it up.
It's real bubbly right now.
Yeah,
I wish you guys could hear it.
Yeah, that's the cauldron one. That's the,
Yeah, it's bubbling.
Yeah. And then I'll excavate this one tile.
Yes, throw them in there.
And that's my turn.
It's your turn. Something I'll say about Cave Evil as well. It is a massive table hog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
With 2 players, it's a little manageable, but like our overhead cam is just capturing the board. But if we want to switch to the kill cam for a sec, like,
Sure.
there is a lot of stuff here. So I've got all the resources in this GMT counter tray, which there are a bunch of things, a bunch of values of resources, tokens. I keep dice in here, all sorts of stuff. And then we've got the board I have in front of me. These are my squad cards. And so I've got, dudes on my Necromancer squad, dudes here on this squad. Then you've got a bunch of cards. I already showed the card deck. You've got a bunch of tiles for excavating the cave. Each player is, going to have their own squad cards. There's a lot of stuff in this game. There's a ton. We don't even have it all out right now.
No.
There's even more. Just wanted to point out that if you're thinking of picking up Cave Evil, be aware this thing is a hog. Have the table space and expect it to get messy as you play.
Yeah, how heavy is the box that you schlep it around in?
Well, I have it in a kind of an aftermarket
That's
box.
right, that's
but, it doesn't, with sleeved cards, it doesn't fit in the original box for me.
It's your go.
It is my turn. I'm going to go ahead and pick up... Let me look at my hand here, see what I need. Yeah, I want this sucker. I'm going to pick up a construct card. Ooh, this thing is kind of cool. This thing is kind of cool. But once again, I think I need the resources right now. So I'm going to get rid of this Dexterous Decapitator. So I'll switch to Kill Cam here. The art in this game the art in this game is A+.
Kill cam
It's
coming up.
It's all unique art, every single card. If you've read about this game at all, everyone says it, but it all has unique art, hundreds of cards, very imaginative. A lot of different artists as well that have worked on this. So I'm discarding this for 4 gore. 4 gore and 7 years ago, right?
That's right.
Al Gore and 7 years ago, right?
Oh, hell yeah. Al Gore 7 years ago, he warned us about global warming.
No, I don't think he did.
Not
Not strongly enough.
apparently not strongly enough. Okay, so I got the resources. Then this dude continues to excavate as his action. So because he has 2 excavation now, I'm going to remove 2 of these 3 rocks. Next turn, he'll have successfully excavated. My Necromancer can, in this case, move through here if I want them to, but I don't. So I'm going to have
punched by the Serpent Slave. If you
yeah,
get too
the
close.
Serpent Slave is going to destroy whatever it sees on the board right now. So I'm just going to draw another card. It is going to be the... we're going to go for the Bribe deck. And that's my turn. That's it, the end.
Great.
Off to a slow start. So I'll talk about it in a minute.
I'm going to grab something from the Bribe deck. It is an event, so I'll grab another one.
Oh, and happy 10th anniversary to Cave Evil, 2011.
Oh, wow. I'm going to discard the Spiked Shield that I just drew for the metal.
And it's how much? 3?
3 metal.
Unfortunately, Cave Evil Radio can't continue. I would need a better setup, and I just don't have it. I just don't have it done.
Heartbreaking.
Well, now again, we'll play this again, and we'll have to. Because we got it set up for Sea Evil that one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you want to play it on your phone, you'll probably pick it up, but on the computer, it's the technological nightmare that I don't want to deal with right now.
Fair enough. If you guys are watching along, you can go ahead and find Cave Evil Radio at cave-evil.com. And,
let me post a link.
Just
That's
play
what
it.
I'll
Just
do.
let it go.
I'm going to discard this Lich Knight from the Shadow deck. to get 1 Shadow Flame.
I'll post a linky here.
And I'm going to summon the Blind Elf
Ooh.
from my with my Necromancer to the Necromunk Excavation team.
Okay.
This guy also has an
Ooh.
excavation speed, so
Ooh.
they'll be able to finish it this turn.
Playing catch up.
That's right. I wanted to get him last turn, but so that advances the eye a bit, and then
This is what you do this turn?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it'll actually do anything this turn. And then also to the Necromancer squad, I'm going to invoke the Armorer. Who's a big armor boy that hangs out with me.
Okay, because when you invoke, you can create multiple things.
That's right.
In one shot.
So I spent a lot of resources here, but now I have like doubled the amount of fellows I have, and have a very strong Necro squad, at least combatively.
Yeah. I
These-
don't like your strength in numbers right now. I have very little on the map.
Yeah, these guys will
In the
finish
cave.
excavating, and they draw the stench of the disgusting beast.
Yuck.
There's usually a type of thing you dig out on these, right?
Yeah. So if it's an event that you
Mhm.
drew, you then
just draw another one.
the event will happen in the event phase, and you'll draw another one of these to see what it
Got
is.
it. Okay, perfect. So I will place a. These all have unique names.
Yeah.
It's on the table now. I'll be right back.
Great. Mike, going to get some coffee. So yes, all the different like styles of excavation tiles have names, and James, I believe that one is a simple tunnel.
Cool. So I excavate it. I can place, when I excavate, I roll d4 for an amount of metal that goes to my excavating squad. It's just 1 in this case.
Single metal.
The idea is, they found some cool ore or something. I also got this event, the stench of the disgusting beast. I draw from the bribe deck until I find a creature.
And you're done with your turn, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I will be.
Well, that happens in the event phase.
Oh, yeah. Well, then yes.
Okay.
I place this creature 2 spaces from the excavators on a new tile.
Okay. So that'd be
And
here.
excavators retreat from the creature their full movement. Discard
Okay.
any other cards.
Okay. So that means it has to be here or
Yep.
here. Which one do you
It
want?
says on the new tile.
Oh,
So,
on the new
yeah,
tile.
It'll
Okay, so
go
it's-
right there.
You want to maybe slap a little cave goo under there?
Yeah, some cave goo brought to you by Cave Goo.
Brought to you by Cave. This video is sponsored by Cave Goo. I think it's War Cults that comes with it. It just comes with a little thing of like gray ticky tack, and it is got a sticker on it that says Cave Goo, and it's for locking down all of the new pieces on the map, because otherwise they slide around and it's a pain.
So yeah, the Volcanto Dissent has shown up in this tunnel.
Okay, and yeah, when this is not yours,
Nope.
and so
It's just
when,
a big monster.
it's a big old monster. When what they call wandering monsters show up, you have to use. There are a bunch of these tokens that have letters on them in the game, and each has a pair. So these are the same. There are other ones that are they look the same as well, different than these, but the same as each other. You'll put one on the creature, and then you'll put the other one the location the creature is in.
Yep.
So here exists that guy. It will fight people if they go up to it. You can try to bribe it or subdue it to bring it into your team. Or you can just beat it up, and when you kill stuff, gore appears.
That's right.
And you get kill points.
Yeah, and kill points are not always useful, but they can be
They
for
can.
depending on what evil
Which
comes
actually
out.
reminds me, I forgot to pull those markers out.
Yeah.
So,
So actually, this event that I drew, Summoning of the Scattered. All wandering monsters move full movement towards Throne Room 1, which I think we established is this one.
Yep.
Must stop adjacent to any player squads. So actually, I'm gonna have to, assuming this goes in the shortest distance,
Yeah, I would
I'm
say
gonna have
yes.
to fight this dude on my next turn, which I don't love, but he's kind of tough.
He looks tough. Looks tougher than, not tougher than your Necromancer, but still tough.
Yeah.
Here are your
I'm
markers.
sort of locked down by, squads have zone of control in this, so I can't like reposition.
Right.
I can't really reposition the necromonk and the blind elf to do anything. So I gotta hope that I can beat him up. Or bribe him, though I won't have the resources to bribe him.
No. So you're gonna have to fight them next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you advance that? Now that's my turn again?
Yes, I just
Okay. I'm gonna summon. And I will summon from the bribe deck. This guy's kind of cool. But I'm getting rid of him for the resource. The one metal. A little spiny bug. Getting one metal.
Spiny bug.
So let's, I guess, excavate first. So this, I remove my excavation marker, flip the card. It is a tunnel. Place the tile, do an excavation spawn roll. This sucker I will place. You're going that way. I'll go grab a bit of cave goo.
Cave goo. Interesting choice to start excavating there.
I know, it's a longer run.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, you sort of spooked me with your excavation.
Yeah.
I was going to move further, but then I was like, I want to start it. But I guess I could have actually moved the turn I did it. So this is going to go... I'm going to go this way. Drop that right there. And then do a spawn roll. So the white one, I'm going to say, is the type. The orange one is how much of it. And we got 2 gore, and there's 4 of it. The 2 is 4, matches up to gore, and the 4 is how much of it there is.
And that goes to your excavators?
I believe it goes in the tunnel, and I can just go pick it up.
Sure.
It's in the first one, and then I can just step, because you can move into it.
That's right.
For free, and so I'm going to do that. So these guys collect that. And they're going to go to the end here. And as their action, they're going to start excavating again. They're just going to keep digging. Though I guess they did their action this turn.
Their action was excavate.
Yep, so next turn. I'm giving away my strategies here. My next turn, I'm going to start doing that. The Necromancer is going to just summon again. Or conjure again. Invoke. And I need some Shadow Flame, so let's go there. Okay, that guy's cool. I like that guy. And in the meantime, I am going to get rid of, from my hand, this Brain Burn card for 1 gore. Or, sorry, not gore. Disregard that I said that. I did not mean to say that. It's not the one I wanted to get rid of. I want to get rid of this expensive guy who's also good, but a little pricey. You know what? No. Forget I said anything. I never said anything.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
All right. At the very start of my turn, my 1 squad has to fight the Volcanto Dissent, which is a big monster made out of lava and knives.
Show us.
I will show you.
Oh my god. That guy has a lot of knives.
There we go.
It's also got really high stats. They're not like completely broken high, but they are very high. And
before you do that, actually, first thing you have to fight this guy.
that's what I'm doing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was looking at this. I thought you were summoning stuff.
Yep. I would love to summon stuff. I'd love to summon something to help out these guys because they're about to die.
I forgot that was the name of that guy.
Show us who's fighting right now. Just
James.
So, well, you can point it at the map. That'd be great. Yes, right there.
Yep.
Because those guys showed up in that tunnel.
Yep.
Yep.
Very
These
good.
dudes showed up in the tunnel, and then part of the event had them moving toward you.
So I'll have you roll for this guy, but we're going to start with the weapon.
Why don't we talk real quick about how combat works?
Why don't we talk real quick about how combat works?
Why don't you grab your dudes and just put them over here? Just set them kind of next to all this. All right, so if we get on the kill cam, you said you wanted to start with weapon. So every creature here, they have a hex with a bunch of numbers around it. And those all correspond to different types of, I guess, attacking or combat prowess or whatever. It is weapon, strength, speed, dodge, bloodthirst, and armor. When you initiate a fight, you're going to pick the first stat that everyone is going to use in combat. So you said weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So this squad will combine all of their weapon strength and compare it to the opponent's strength. So 12 weapon plus 6 is a cool 18 versus this dude's weapon of 16. Then we'll also look at any abilities that might apply. In this case, it looks like none of them apply. But you will then roll, each side rolls 1d12, and you will add that result to your number total. So why don't we go ahead and roll? I'm rolling for the bad dudes. James, you got a 7.
7.
And I got an 8. So you were ahead by 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so this gets them 1 closer, but not enough to overcome it. So you win the first round.
Great.
But this is a best of 3. So now, because weapon was the first thing picked, either of the adjacent abilities must be used for the second round of combat. In this case, it'll be armor or strength. The defender picks. So the attacker picks the initial one. They sort of pick the set that'll be used for all 3 rounds of combat, but the defender will pick which one is retaliated with. In this instance, I'm going to be looking at James's strength and armor versus what mine would be. Because if I can, if it's best of 3, so if you win the second round, we never go to the third round.
Right.
I just lose. So I want to win the second round. And right now I'm feeling pretty good about it, if I'm being honest. We'll see what happens. So your strength is 4 plus 3 is 7, or your armor is 3 plus 2 is 5, whereas mine is 18 and 14. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the bigger of the two. Let's go with 18. 18 versus your 7.
Great.
Though actually they might be pretty close to equal. So it's 18 versus 6 is 24, and
They have a cool
you actually
10.
wouldn't have been able to beat that with that
No,
roll.
we could have
anyway.
tied.
We
but-
could have tied, yes. And now, because we've each won one side, or one of the combat rounds, we go to the third, and we're going to use our armor. So my 14 versus your 5.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping for
I got a 3,
a very high roll here.
and you got
A
a
9.
9.
Which-
So 9 and 5 is 14.
Yep.
That's equal to my base, so
Right.
any result beats yours.
Bummer.
So this dude wins the fight, and as a result, the Blind Elf and the Necromonk are killed outright. They are discarded out of the game. Any items they had would be dropped, and they also create gore that can be picked up. In this case, because they are both small creatures, everything has a size, they will drop 1 gore for each one. So they put 2 gore in this spot for players to pick up. And that's how combat works. And yes, if our totals are tied for any of the rolls, we just reroll. Reroll until there's a winner.
Right. So you would have won that strength no matter what.
Yes, because even
The
if I roll
best,
a 1
right.
and you rolled a 12, it still would have been higher.
All right, I'm going to draw from the...
Now you begin your turn, basically.
I'm going to draw from the bribe deck. Because maybe I can get some metal and actually hire this dude. Instead of... just dying.
Yeah.
Um,
Some of these tough monsters, especially the wandering ones, can be really deadly.
yeah, I could potentially beat it in a fight with this, but that's incredibly risky for me because it's my Necromancer squad. So if I lose that fight, I die. Yeah, my Necromancer has a ranged attack, but I don't know exactly how line of sight works.
Actually, we might have overlooked something here. I actually don't think you could have attacked that guy in melee. Though I guess he
only has a ranged attack?
I guess he ran up to you.
I think you can. I think if you have a ranged attack, you can use a ranged.
I think if you're next to him, you can't do range, but he attacked you anyway.
Right.
Because yes, the lava dude.
Are you
has a
saying the
special
blind
ability.
elf might only be ranged?
No. I'm saying I don't know if you can do ranged attack if you're in melee. I guess
Sure,
that's just
right.
considered a melee attack. But anyway, he attacked you. He ran up to you and hit you. So
All right, I'm going to discard this.
to answer your question, how line of sight works, it is a simple straight line from center hex to center hex.
Right.
You can see them here.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm going to discard for 3 metal here. And I'm going to maybe fight him to try to subdue him.
You could attempt to subdue. If you defeat them in combat, you can
Recruit
them, but they can't take any actions then this turn.
That would be fine.
Whereas if you hire them,
Yeah,
they can.
so if I attack him with a ranged attack, that means if I lose, I'm not going to die.
Right, because he has no range attack himself.
Oh, he does have a ranged attack, actually.
No, does he? I thought it just said...
Oh, can only be attacked by range.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
So he doesn't have ranged.
I will attack him with ranged here. I'll use... the Serpent's Slave and the Armorer with her cool bone shield to attack.
You can flip those the other way because actually on the overhead, they're upside down right now.
Great.
So towards you is the right way.
And yeah, I don't know that we need to show every combat.
Yeah, that's
close
fine.
up.
I'm just...
If people want to see every combat close up, go ahead and say something, but otherwise...
Well, we can do the overhead, right?
I mean with the kill cam.
Oh, yeah. Push them onto the table a little bit more, though.
Only the board is
Oh,
the
that's
frame.
right, that's right.
Yeah, there you go. Battle.
Okay.
So
we're going to start with
these
weapon
two with
again.
its thing versus that guy.
Yeah, we're
All
going
right.
to start with weapon again, which I have a cool 27 right now.
Only use ranged dudes.
Yep.
This guy's not ranged, is he?
No.
So it's only this dude.
Okay, well...
Plus, I guess if he has ranged stuff. But he doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shield, but...
So it's 18 versus 16 and then 4, and I got an 8. So weapon, monster.
Bummer.
Volcano Man wins it. Your stats are all the same, so let's just go
Yeah,
to...
well, I've got this bone shield. Are you saying this doesn't apply to
Oh,
range
it does.
stuff?
It does.
Okay.
I think it does. Anyway.
And I've got this this guy who can give +3 armor to any friendly squad, including its own. So my armor is going to be 23.
Okay, so
let's
I guess no. Let's go to
Strength.
the strength one because I got to win the second. So 18 versus 18.
Mm-hmm.
So just a straight up roll. Well,
one.
I hope we re-roll. You got a 12.
A 12.
Nope. Okay, so you defeated it.
Okay.
You beat it in 2 of the 3 rounds of combat.
You beat it in the first one.
Did
Yeah,
it?
you
No.
still got one more, right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you rolled higher.
No.
I don't think that's the case, but I'll take it. I guess.
Right.
Let's go to the tape.
Yeah. Can someone claim?
Right.
Can someone watching here tell me if the red die was higher or that was higher?
So 23, 29.
And I got a 10, so that is 24. So
Okay.
you win. I think you won all 3 personally.
Okay, great. Beautiful. So the Serpent Slave has... I'm taking the subdue action.
Right. Because when you beat someone in combat, you can either kill them or subdue them. And if you subdue them, they join your team.
So they will join my team. So now I have this big lava monster.
Yep, and you got to put a squad marker down.
As a squad marker.
So James lost his excavators, but he also gained a very strong dude.
I gained... What I lost in my excavators, I gained in a fire monster. This thing advances 1. And it's back to you.
Someone's saying they discovered Cave Evil too late to buy it, but enjoy War Cults. I've wanted to play War Cults. I have it. I have War Cults. I just haven't really gotten it out yet. It seems very involved.
There's a really cool progression mechanic where you can level up your dudes into
yeah
hierarchies, and that seems kind of neat.
It does.
I also like that it has maps already.
Right, it comes with a bunch, which you can use in Cave Evil as well. Okay, let's go ahead and summon up. This guy seems cool. So we're gonna go ahead. Yeah. Well, this guy's gonna start excavating again.
Makes a lot of sense.
That's what my boys are doing. My one boy, I got a dude with a weirdo pick.
I hope they get eaten by a lava monster.
And my necromancer. I guess I have to take a card first. I didn't do that. I'll take a shadow card.
I just realized, Guy, you should show those minis off for Necros, because since you're using these...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we will talk about the miniatures in a
Those
bit.
minis are cool.
This guy's cool. We're gonna ditch this, I think. What's the range on your Necromancer?
3.
3. 3, okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna ditch this card, this Mind Control card, for 3 Shadow Flame. It's the one I just drew. We can summon up something pretty soon. This guy should hopefully help me out. My Necro's going to summon a second card. And you know what, Mike? This one's for you. I'm going for the Chaos cards, the Abyss card.
Yes.
So these decks are broken up into four types. And they are unique. Each one is unique, sort of the types of cards you get. In addition to the resources that I sort of mentioned before, that this one will always have metal, this one always has gore, this one always has shadow flame. The size of monsters and the type of monsters you get are sort of distributed in here, and the number of events as well is distributed. This last deck, this Abyss deck, is the most chaotic. It has the most events, it has the weirdest monsters, it has the strongest monsters, but also the most expensive.
Right.
You want to show that? Show that chaos deck.
Show what?
The chaos deck.
Oh yeah, it's this is the last one right here.
It's my favorite deck because it is chaotic and has crazy shit in
It's
it.
a very chaotic game anyway, and I feel like
Yeah.
Mike's approach is I might as well
Go all
feed
in.
to the chaos.
Yeah, just.
I mean, our last
go
game
on.
of this was really like a slapstick thing where a goat ran around obliterating us until
Yeah. It's a year ago now.
I was like
Till
a
Scott
moment
casually
from
won.
winning.
Like casually won.
I
were
was
very
like
close.
a moment from winning, and then it got pulled away from me.
I don't like that you have this strong boy now. Does have pretty high
This card's
stats.
not great.
Though if I attack him, I guess I can go with.
I'm gonna keep it. No, I'm not gonna keep it. I'm gonna get rid of this spear for a metal. I'm going to
Interesting.
walk here, collect all my resources from the volcano descent, and then
Do people here have a preference between Cave Evil and War Cults, if anyone here has played both?
yeah, I'm gonna leave this stuff on this guy, and I'm going to summon another card. And then this guy is gonna move down here, and that's my go.
All right, I'm just taking a look at the rules here for a sec.
Mhm.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure you can take from the discard pile, but I want to make sure that's true. Conjuration. Instead of drawing from a deck, a player may choose to draw one face-up card from the top of any Conjuration discard pile. If you do, you must keep the card and cannot trade it for resources. So if there's a card you want that's sitting up here,
Right.
if I want that spear, I can have it. Okay. Well... Okay. I think I might take this guy. This guy I got rid of before. His stats aren't great, and he's big, but he's very fast.
Look at that, dropping it for the resources and then just snaking it back
Yeah.
up.
Dexterous Decapitator, you stay there for a minute.
It's like a savings account.
So I could do that, and he can use a bunch of items too, which is cool.
Yeah, that's why I got rid of this spear. I was like, I'm going to give it to my big lava monster, but it can't use anything.
Yeah, I'm going to take this Dexterous Decapitator. And then on my turn, this guy's going to excavate 2 of these. And the Necromancer. I think this Necro is going to do some funny business. Three and 5. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and take a card. I'm going to take another bribe. That's cool. That's my turn. Did you advance that? You did, right?
I did.
Okay, good. That's my turn.
Great.
Continue excavating and summon a second card.
I'm going to grab a summon card. The neck. I'm going to get rid of the neck robe, though I think it's a lot of fun.
All right, let's see it. Of course, we need to see it. It's just a robe.
It's a robe.
Floating robe. I love it.
The neck robe.
Look, it's really kind of shitty too.
It's a trinket, though, so it can go in any
It's
squad.
a trinket.
Yeah,
okay.
so items have sizes, or cards, monsters have sizes in the upper right corner here. And like this, looking at the kill cam here, this thing is small. It's just a white little silhouetted guy. But then it has 2 little gray dudes of the same type. That means it can have 1 small and 2 other smalls, or it is small rather, and it can have 2 other smalls in its squad. Larger creatures can have fewer buddies in their squad. Trinkets don't take up space. So the stats in this necrobe are not very good, but you can just throw it in with a squad and it won't take up any precious space.
All right. My lava monster picked up those 12 Shadow Flame. My
Yeah.
Necro's moving in here.
You're rich now.
My Necro is also going to invoke a spell. It's going to invoke Controlled Collapse, which lets me destroy a tunnel or a throne room somewhere on the map. Sort of the opposite of the excavation we've been doing. You can collapse something, you draw something to see the size of it that you collapse.
Can I see that card?
Yeah, of course.
Spell that you've brought out.
You need to invoke spells before you can cast them. So on my next turn with this Necromancer, I'll be able to.
Okay. You don't know the shape you're gonna.
I don't know the shape,
but
but
it is
I
any tunnel or throne room.
can. So, this guy who's in a tunnel or this guy who's in
Yeah,
a
you
tunnel
could do like that
are potentially
in a bad spot.
in a bad spot.
And you moved your Necro and your guy? Just
Yep.
point out where that was. So
Yeah, I moved my Necromancer further into this tunnel, and I moved
Nice.
my guy into the throne room here to get
nice.
a billion Shadow Flame.
Perfect.
Okay, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and bump that up. 2 turns away or 2 summons away from the evil awakening.
And it's just summoning creatures, right?
Yes, not
Okay.
items. Okay, let's draw a card. Let's draw up a construct. It's kind of cool. Could be. It actually could be pretty good. That could be a good little combo. Okay. Well, on my turn then, I'm going to get rid of this slicer for 1 metal. And I'm going to do a big summon. This is going to reveal the evil. 1, 2... It's kind of a funny card. How many creatures do you have in your Necro squad?
Just one.
It's just your Necromancer and some items.
No, sorry. It's two. It's him and the Armorer.
Him and the Armorer. Okay. Do I have enough for this? Not quite. Okay, I'm just summoning 2 things then. Well, no. First, let's excavate. So, excavate this last one. Flip this card over. It is Awaken the Dark. Place a tile. It's another tunnel. Go ahead and I guess put that there. And then roll 1d4 for card. Place card on furthest space from excavators on the new tile. Let's go right ahead and roll d4 for card. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, 4. It's an event, so I think that is just ignored. Another event. Are these ignored or are
Let
they,
me check the rules while you try to find something.
Might have a bunch of events coming up. Might have a whole bunch of events coming up. Might have a whole bunch of events coming up. Okay, it is a Shriek that shows up. This Shriek is going to be on that tile here. So either we're ignoring 4 or 5 events, or 4 or 5 events are going to go off. Four events are going to go off at the end of my turn. This could be dramatic. But all right, so the Shriek hangs out here. It's got good dodge, and it's a trinket. So I could go try to take it out. It's not very strong. And this thing will enter into here. And I think it will actually try to combat it as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it will.
Okay. I am going to go with summoning then as my Necromancer. I'm going to invoke.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move first. Well, no, because I want these things to move. I'm summoning this pair.
Any events are drawn. Or, sorry, any events drawn are ignored.
Okay, during excavation.
Yep.
Thank God. Might not have been good. Yeah, that's all right.
I think that's also your excavation discard.
Oh, you're right. So these should be here. This can be there. Okay. My Necromancer is going to invoke some dudes. I'm going to invoke in the same squad, or maybe I'll drop this dude with the Necro. I'll drop this dude with the Necro. So an Unknown Ghost and a Dexterous Decapitator. That costs a total of 5 gore. 3, 4, 5. 1 Shadow Flame on this one, 2 Shadow Flame on this, and 3 Shadow Flame. So 5 gore, 3 Shadow Flame for those 2 dudes. Bing, bing. Goes up 2 steps.
You want to show those guys off?
Yeah. Got my Unknown Ghost right here.
Who is he?
No one can say. And then I've got my old friend, the Dexterous Decapitator.
Yes, you
So
can
sort of
tell.
like a snake with knives.
Yeah.
He's got arms too.
Okay, no, I see it now.
He's got 4 arms. Like a Goro. Some kind of Goro.
Some sort of Goro.
Also, I want to point out here on this kill cam with all these sleeved cards here glistening, I feel like we're looking at a grandparent's copy of Cave Evil
Yeah.
that's covered all in plastic.
Yeah, your grandpa.
Don't spill on the Cave Evil. I mean, definitely don't spill.
Definitely
on the
don't spill on the Cave Evil.
So you just hit the reveal.
I sure did. So
Space.
why don't we go ahead and put that in the middle here? So the evil that we are going to be trying to appease or defeat this game is
The Emperor of Eternal Evil.
Emperor of Eternal Evil himself.
Re.
That's
Some
gonna
sort
be
of another Goro.
Another sort of Goro. This guy
Wow.
right here.
Whole table full of Goros.
Let's just hold this up. So there's the Emperor himself. Some big dick energy on him. There you go.
That's
Look
right.
at that schlong.
Ew. Is it two-headed?
No, I think it's just got one. Anyway, here's my boy, the Emperor himself. So, the Emperor of Eternal Evil. The Eternal Evil Emperor. When he awakens, nothing happens. Players are just aware that the Emperor has arrived.
Would you like me to read this flavor text here?
Please.
The Emperor has risen from his black void, awakened by the war of the shadow arts, presumably what we're doing. Deciding to slay all those who have dared to awaken him, the Emperor rethinks this plan and chooses to let one necromancer live, the one who has slain the most of his enemies. Perhaps this necromancer will be useful in further apocalyptic assaults. When revealed, nothing happens. Players have just gained the knowledge that the Emperor will arrive when he awakens.
Okay, and so it looks like once we get to the Awaken track, or the Awaken space, whatever that space is, whoever has the most enemy kill points, which is going to be points from killing player dudes, will choose the target necromancer each turn. Every turn, the Emperor moves towards the target necromancer or towards their chthonic crystal if it's closer, engaging with any squad directly in its way. The Emperor excavates instantly. Place tile can be placed over spawn points. Its combat ability is immune to items, spells, and once per game powers. It's immune to mind control, brain sentry, astral worm, and it continues to move after combat. And to win, you have to defeat the Emperor. However, you also win if there's nothing left alive. And
Right.
though I don't think that's overridden with this. I think if there's still one necromancer left, you just win, even though the win condition has killed the Emperor.
Right. The Emperor also has like a billion in everything. I think it's 66 in every single ability.
Yeah, here's the kill cam card for the Emperor.
So it's extremely unlikely that you can
It's hard to
defeat him.
Wow.
66 in every stat, and it moves 3 steps per round.
You're right. It is possible, but
Unlikely.
incredibly unlikely.
So, now that we know what that is, it doesn't really change a ton. Well, it changes in that we're going to want to go get kill points, right?
Which right now, neither we've been
We have not engaged our
digging
each other in
holes.
combat. Okay, so my turn now continues. I am going to have this Dexterous Decapitator, who's
Make
a
sure
new
you put
squad,
a
right there. The Unknown Ghost. Do I want to put the Unknown Ghost with the Dexterous Decapitator? No, it's going to stick with... I have a plan. I'm going to go with my Ice Dead Sorceress. And then this Decapitator is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, merge with squad number 1. It's a medium creature, and medium creatures can hang out with small creatures. One of them, which my Necromonk is. So now they're the same squad. And then he has one more move, because my Necromonk hasn't gone anywhere. So they're going to go right there. And then as an action this turn, I'm going to fight this thing.
Cool.
Fight this Shriek. When I get next to an enemy, I have to fight it if I have the action available. So I'll let you do that one. I'll do this one. Let's see. I've got good weapon. That thing, yeah, I'm definitely going to do weapon. This thing has no special abilities. It can move really far. And I will be attempting to subdue it. So let's go ahead and fight. I'm going to start with weapon. So I am currently at 7 plus 6 is 13, plus another 3 is 16 versus it's 2. It can win. No, it can't actually.
Yep.
It cannot win.
The highest you can go is 14.
And I'm at 16. So
Cool.
I win on weapon automatically. Don't even need a roll. So what do we want to do next? It's the same numbers here, and mine are
Let's do strength.
9
I
for
think you can
strength,
actually win that.
6 for you can certainly win armor.
Yeah.
But all right.
Let's do armor.
So
well, let's do strength.
strength. All right. So I'm at 9 for strength versus 2. So you need to get 10 more or 8 more than me. I got a 7. You got a 9.
Nope.
Not enough.
Cool. You have subdued the Shriek.
I have
my friend.
subdued the Shriek, and it's a trinket, so I'm just going to stick it right in the same squad. Or it actually has to go in its own squad initially. You have to have an empty squad.
Right.
But I'm
But
just going to
then-
immediately merge
yeah.
them. So now I got a little squad here.
Cool.
Pretty good fighting squad. That is my turn, because this dude summoned, and the thing he summoned moved. So the Necromancer cannot move if the thing that they summon also moves.
I'm gonna conjure from the summon deck.
All right.
Got a cool.
Someone is asking here if someone hasn't played Cave Evil, Sea Evil, or War Cults, which one is the most similar to Cave Evil? War Cults. Having not played War Cults, it uses the same system as Cave Evil. Sea Evil, despite the name, is nothing like this. Sea Evil is very much its own game. It's a one versus many game. You're trying to survive a trip along the sea. It doesn't use any systems that are similar to this at all.
I wonder if they're asking what game generally this is close to, because they're saying they haven't played any Cave Evil.
Oh, you're right.
Sea Evil.
This is why you're here, Mike.
They haven't played anything. So maybe, like, do you have a game that's different from any of them that might be...
That's very smart.
Just in case that's the question.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tactical war game. So if, like, any sort of tactical war game where you have individual units moving around grids, fighting each other, I'm thinking World War II games like Band of Brothers, or probably even to some degree like Advanced Squad Leader, or like any sort of combative. Honestly, something like Small World in some level. You're getting new guys, you're going and fighting things.
I can see that.
To some degree, there's some similarity, I guess. In a lot of ways, it's its own thing. What I like in Cave Evil 2 is a bunch of people, like 3 buddies, got together and drank a bunch of beers, maybe smoked some weed, were listening to Dark Throne, and like just kept coming up with cool ideas to put in this, grim cult war game. And this is kind of what spewed out. It's a really messy game. There's a bunch of little rules. There's a bunch of awkward parts of it. A lot of moving pieces. But it ends up being, I think, a pretty cool game. Hopefully that somewhat answers the question. Sorry, Jimmy, I was interrupting your turn there.
I'm going to play the Controlled Collapse spell. So I collapse in any tunnel or throne room, and then I draw an excavation card to determine the collapse. So I pick... what? The location, and then
I guess
the size, because I want to try to kill your necromancer here.
So that is not a tunnel. It says tunnel or throne room.
And what is this?
That would be a great hall.
Oh, good call.
These 3 hex ones are tunnels.
I'm going to collapse this one.
Okay. So you want to collapse that.
So I will draw a excavation card.
And there's one of these.
The Crooked Hall of Dread. Place tile only. Okay. So
I'm assuming you might need to see it.
It says any. But
yeah, you're right. And it says any tunnel or throne room, not that you can see. And a lot of times I think it does. Like,
so I'm going to place it there, sort of blocking off.
Okay. And so when you knock it onto me, I believe I have to roll a d12, and if I get a 1, I die. I believe that's how it works.
Let's see.
Someone mentioned Cryptic Explorers. Cryptic Explorers is not like this. Cryptic Explorers is more like an Imperial Assault, or
aesthetically very similar, but
yes.
And yeah, thematically sort of similar, but we play a lot of Cryptic Explorers, the other CE, and it's it has squads, but that's as far as like the similarity.
Yeah, I could see a couple of similarities with the. I mean, I don't think generally it plays the same at all, but like. You got different squads you're moving around. It's black and white.
Sure.
You're killing evil things.
But yeah, gameplay-wise, they're very different styles of games.
Yes, you roll a d12.
Okay, and on a 1,
you die.
Not on 1, it's a 9. So I'm stuck here, though.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to get out, I think this thing can't excavate. Something else needs to.
Any creatures trapped in a collapse continue to perform actions, but are unable to move or perform combat.
Okay, so I can excavate myself out.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Certainly seems that way.
Cool. Good to know. I wish now I would have put the Unknown Ghost with the Dexterous Decapitator, but that's fine. Okay, continue your turn.
I think that's going to be it for me. I moved my guys together to collect a bunch of resources, and then I cast a spell to drop a bunch of rocks on your guys.
Yes, you did.
And that's that.
Advances. Okay. Well, I don't like that. I don't like that you knocked my dude down without even seeing him. You've never met these guys.
I heard about them.
You heard about their business.
From who?
They've got a strange pick. I don't know.
Is there some sort of flyer?
Yeah, right. The
On
cave flyer.
Cave Twitter. All right.
I'm in the throne room on this side of the map. Where are you guys at? I collapsed.
Let's take from... All right. Let's take from the Shadow Flame. The summon deck.
Yeah, please. It's the summon deck.
These deck names are screwing me up because we've never called them
Yeah,
these.
please. It's the Bribe, Construct, Summon, and Abyss deck.
We've literally never said these names.
This is a tempting card to hang on to.
I know. I've only got 2 cards in my hand, and I'm like, I'm going to win the game with these.
All right.
He said all the way to the losing table.
Yeah, I'm going to hang on to this. And I am going to... I just don't have the resources in hand to do a lot right now. Yeah, I can't really summon anything, so the Necro is going to move. All right, let's go 1, 2, 3. Because my Unknown Ghost allows me to move through unexcavated spaces up to 1 space per turn.
Wow.
So I'm taking 2 this way and one into the wall.
Huh. Some wall hacks going on.
I'm wall hacking.
Yeah.
I've got my op and I'm...
Oh, you're clipping?
I see you through the wall. And
Are you
I'm
clipping?
Yeah, I'm clipping through the environment.
Oh, boy.
It's a bug that the developers never fixed. And these guys are going to start digging themselves out, I guess. And they, still just have 2.
When you dig, can you show what you do? Because I don't think you've shown that yet.
Yeah, so when I'm digging, I have a squad of mine, which is buried under here right now. They have on their cards little pickaxes. You can see here, this little pickaxe. This little swirly eye, so I guess let's just talk about this anatomy real fast. I've already mentioned size, so these guys are small. I know from this little size, this little marker at the top. This little swirly one next to it means it is a spellcaster. It can cast spells, which are cards that I can get. I conjure it up, give them the spell, and then they can cast it. Then they have a pickaxe with a 1. That means they are excavators at a speed of 1. I also have this strange pick card, which increases excavation speed by 1. So these guys have an excavation speed, the squad has an excavation speed of 2. In order to excavate, I've got to be next to an unexcavated space, which right now also includes this upside down tile, because that's what James collapsed. I then, as an action, say, hey, I'm going to excavate with this squad. I then draw from this deck, this excavation deck, 1 card from the top, put it on this squad. I'm setting it next to them for right now. And then put 3 of these rock markers onto it. Then every following turn, I'm going to remove a number of rocks equal to my excavation speed, in this case 2. So I'll take 2 of these off next turn. That's the action for that squad. Once these are all emptied, I flip this card over. It'll have on it, here's one from earlier, it'll have a symbol in the upper right that matches the shapes of the excavation tiles. I'll then place that into an unexcavated space touching my squad that did the excavation. They also have a text on here that stuff will happen. So that's how some monsters have shown up. But that's essentially excavating. And then when I excavate, the momentum from picking away allows them to move 1 step into the room they just excavated.
Also, before you continue your turn, I didn't resolve this event.
Turn.
Draw the top summon card, place it in the throne room pit nearest your necromancer. Ignore any events.
That one.
So it is a spell called Sap Strength.
Okay. Okay, so my necromancer zooped into the wall. These guys began to excavate. And that is going to be That's going to be my turn, unfortunately. I guess the Necromancer could still take an action, but no, there's nothing that she wants to do. So go ahead.
Great. I'm going to draw from the summon deck. It's an event. We'll draw again.
Yes, Jeff also points out he for Cryptic Explorers, he was talking aesthetically similar to Cave Evil, and notes that Cryptic Explorers is cooperative. It's somewhat cooperative. It's team-based.
Yeah.
You have one player playing the evil goddess, trying to defeat the Cryptonauts, who are the other players. It's a fun game. It's really fun, and we'll be doing videos on it in the channel
I enjoy it
when
quite
it
a bit.
arrives. I believe it's en route right now. I think it's on a boat.
Oh, really?
I think it's on a boat from China.
I'm summoning the snake armor to my Necro squad.
Snake armor. What does that do?
It's a trinket. It's a
Okay.
little guy. Little snake armor.
Little
guy.
snake
You
armor.
want to show it up?
Yeah.
There's the snake armor,
Just a pile of snakes.
and you wear it.
Yeah. I just put it on. I simply wear all the snakes.
You've got a YouTube channel where you talk about snakes.
Yeah.
And you made snake
I
armor.
put on all my snakes. I'm the serpent slave. It's all. This is all. about.
Okay, that is thematic.
It can also hold an item, which is neat. So I think
You just like wedge an item
Yeah.
into the snakes. All right. Is that your turn, or you? Oh, that's a trinket. You summoned it. Did you advance this?
I did not. No.
Any
Can
monsters
trinkets be
now?
their own squad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done that, but I can see a use for it soon.
9 steps until the Eternal Evil Emperor decrees that someone is their
Their BFF.
their BFF.
Well,
and
I'll
you
have to
should go kill the other
I'll
one.
have to check what it happens on a tie. But
You
that's
roll,
the end of my
I
turn.
believe. Yes, roll of tide.
Okay. Well, that could be very bad. I'm trying to kill one of your guys well before that.
Oh, if you're standing right here still when it summons, and I get the
Oh,
roll,
yeah.
it's gonna
Right.
be walking right into you.
All right. And then I need to,
Do the event.
for each spawn pit, roll
5.
D4 resource
Amount.
amount.
Okay, so we'll start with this one.
It'll be
4 Shadow Flame.
more Shadow Flame,
A lot of
please.
Shadow Flame in this game.
All right. This one, 3
Shadow
Shadow
Flame.
Flame.
2 Shadow Flame. Uh, 4 is the draw a
Event,
card,
yeah.
and so 3 is this deck.
Mm-hmm.
Acid Locust shows up here.
Those guys are cool.
And then the center.
Yep. Uh-oh.
It's not, unfortunately, another creature.
Yeah, it's more Shadow Flame.
More Shadow Flame. You wanted 3 Shadow Flame in the middle? Well, you're going to get 6 now.
You okay?
Yeah. So if there's not enough creatures for you guys to get the kill numbers, what do you guys got to do?
You roll a die. You roll to see who gets to control the Emperor.
Huh. Interesting.
Which, depending on where you are, could be like the only thing that happens.
Like,
you
so, right now, I'm in a situation where you have a stronger crew than me, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just because your Necromancer is powerful and ranged. And your Volcano guy is good, though I think this squad is actually decently strong right now. Because it's got 3 dudes in it and they have a weapon. I think they're kind of a strong squad. But if I wanted to, I could try to cheese out a victory here by having my Necromancer just hide in here. And this dude stay buried until this thing shows up. Hope I get the roll, and then I can control it to fight you. Though the Eternal Evil Emperor does excavate for instantly,
Right, so it just walks
so
through.
it can just walk through the wall into my Necro. So I guess I could go hide in the corner.
Right.
But I won't do that. Anyway, I get to draw a card now. We're gonna draw up summon card. Whoa, okay. Interesting. This is pretty cool. But I have a goofy plan in mind. I have a bit of revenge in mind, I think, that I'm going to try to enact. I'm going to get rid of this crawling necro crown, as cool as it seems. I'm going to get 3 Shadow Flame for my trouble.
It's got this Shadow Flame all over the board.
I know, but I just haven't been able to go get
There's
it.
6 right here. I picked up 12 over here.
And then my Necromancer is going to summon on herself the spell. This Collapse spell.
Ooh.
Coming for some revenge. Cost me 2 metal, 1 shadow. And then I'll move to here. And then these guys excavate 2 of these pieces. And that's going to be the end of my turn. I'm pretty slim on what I can do right now. I'm down to 1 squad again. This also needed to advance.
Didn't it?
No, it advanced because you summoned that trinket from here to here, and then on my turn, it should have advanced to here for just the turn.
Got it.
So now it is your turn.
Great.
Yeah, I am looking forward to getting Cryptic Explorers in hand.
Yeah, I like that game, and we've only played it on tabletop, but we've also played it maybe more than a lot of games that I've played, so it'll be nice to play it in person.
We have played it a lot. The cool guy, the guys that make it are cool too. I've talked to them a decent amount. The guys at Tempest Tome.
We straight up talk to them
we
every
talk to
time
them
we play.
almost every time we play.
It's also true.
There are about 1 billion Cryptonauts to choose from, and as a result, they sometimes have abilities that interact in complicated ways or ways that aren't always clear.
Yes.
So we've gotten a lot of clarifications from them, and I think in exchange have done a lot of playtesting, some of the more advanced rules too.
Sure.
You're going to have to explain what you did, because now the board's completely different.
Well,
I'm just moving
yeah,
around.
I'm just moving around.
You
going
summoned,
zip, zap, zip.
summoned something?
I'm summoning a hell bitch.
Nice.
You know, like you do.
I advanced the Blood Eye 1 step.
Show me the hell, bitch.
Show me the hell bitch.
It's like that movie, right? It's that famous Tom Cruise
Yeah,
quote.
right.
Show me the hell, bitch.
Show me the hell bitch. And I am summoning the hell bitch into this little cave here.
Okay.
The little evil cave.
Let's get a shot of the Hell Bitch.
Oh, are we in the kill cam
We are
here?
now. Oh, there's the Hell Bitch.
A lot of reflection on there.
Got a little angle.
Yeah.
It's there we go.
Oh man, what a bitch.
What a bitch.
Cool.
One of at least 2 bitches in this game.
There's the darkest evil bitch. There's a potential
One of the evil creatures.
What's the goat? The funny goat one?
The
Evil black old goat or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, something like that.
Okay, was that your turn?
yeah, I can't move the hell bitch.
Yeah.
I've zooped around. Yep, that's me.
Okay. You're coming to steal this stuff?
I want it. I want that acid locust.
Yeah, the Acid Locust is cool, man.
I'd like to walk up to your guys and punch them in that cave.
Alright, I'm going to take a card then. It's going to be another... What do I need for this? Yeah, this guy'd be pretty good. Just trying to think of what card makes the most sense for me right now. Let's do Gore. Do a construct card. Ooh, I like this guy. Had this guy last game. Not gonna use him, I don't think, though he's pretty good.
Do you want to show us secretly?
No, I'm gonna reveal him, so I'm gonna get rid of him, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's the Rotten Wolf.
That's right.
I'm getting 4 gore from him. 4 gore and 7 years ago, right?
That's right.
All right.
It's better this time than it was the first time. So.
You're playing This Guilty Land, right?
Yep.
I remember that game.
I am also going to get rid of my ugly ogre for 1 metal.
What a name.
And then I am going to move here. And use the collapse card. Collapse
Cool.
spell. That's my action. Collapse in any space up to D12 away from where the spell is cast. Draw an excavation card to determine the collapse. Ignore events drawn. So from here, it can be up to 10 spaces away. And it is going to be, a big boy. The Temple of Monstrosities. Place tile with pit away from excavators. The pit away from, so I see, so this way. Draw, and it adds a protector. Place it on the pit. Roll 3 spawn rolls. Stack any cards legally with the protector. Any remainder place adjacent. Place resources beneath the protector. If collapse, only place tile. Unfortunately, I'm collapsing. I'm going to collapse here.
Ooh.
Crush all your guys.
All right.
It's a little revenge. So you got to roll for 3
Yeah.
dudes. Let's
Here's
start with.
for
Let's see if you. Yeah.
Holy
Necromancer.
Okay. Safe. Number 1. Safe.
Right.
You need a 1 to die. Number 2 is dead.
terrible.
I got him.
Squad
The
2.
hell bitch.
The hell bitch.
You know, I can't believe you just collapsed the whole damn middle of the thing.
I just collapsed the
Yeah.
whole cave.
And actually, you get kill points.
I get kill points. Because I killed the hell bitch.
Uh-oh.
So you track kill points. If I kill cam me, I'll show you about kill points. Each player gets these little bars. You have wandering kill points, and you have enemy kill points. And just to keep track, each monster you kill is worth different points. So large creatures are worth 9 if it's an enemy, 3 if it's wandering. Medium are 6 if it's an enemy, 2 if it's wandering, etc. So this is a medium-sized creature, as you can see in the icon up here. And because it's an enemy, it is worth 6 kill points. So now, when the Emperor shows up, I am ahead and he will listen to me. All right, so that was a good spell, Necromancer.
Mhm.
Good job. Hiding in the wall. And I did not summon a Protector. I was sort of hoping I would, because they're cool and they're very strong. This thing is going to finish excavating. I've buried you and have now unburied myself. It is an alcove. I'll excavate. Let's do it like this. So I'm just going to rearrange this a little.
Mhm.
We're going to cover these 2 up. And then we're going to put it here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to go ahead and put 2 more singles on there. That. And that. Good enough. And upon excavating, I will step into there. Place the tile, excavation spawn roll. Go ahead and roll it. White is the type. So that is gore.
4 gore.
Again, do it.
4
Scott.
gore and 7 years ago.
That's right.
It doesn't get better, but it doesn't get worse.
Okay.
All right, and then this guy is going to move, I think, in an attempt to subdue that guy.
Well, he just excavated.
You're right. So I can move next to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then what does it do? It does -3
3
armor and weapon. I think it's kind of tough. Weapon is one of my stronger ones. Armor is not. -9 armor. That's bad. So no, I'll stay away from that locust. And that's it. That'll be my turn.
Okay. I'm going to draw from this deck. I get an event.
That excavate draw was a big swing for me.
Yeah.
Big swing for me. Because now not only are you unable to move, but you're going to have to get dug out of there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check what I can do when I'm buried.
Because do you have any excavators?
I don't believe so. is a rough spot to be in. I know that I can invoke while I'm in here, but I don't know that there's like a...
I think they just end up buried as well.
Yeah. You can create squads adjacent to where you are.
Right. But they would still be buried.
Yeah.
Because you're like right in the middle.
Right.
Yeah, you're on like you're on this tile.
Mm-hmm. So that's a bummer.
Here, I'm gonna take one of your squad markers, just so you know where your dudes are relative to the rest. So you're on that one, and the one right next to it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna draw another card from here. Try to get some excavators. Cool.
Warped Devotee says, "I love the excavate collapse mechanic.
Yep.
It is very cool. It is pretty cool. That we actually don't see collapses that often.
Well, mostly I think we've seen it from our spells, like collapse.
Sure.
Or chaotic collapse.
Usually you do the action.
Which you've cast, by the way.
Oh yes. So that's gone. Yes, it has the icon that you discarded. Some items you keep forever. Spells though typically gone. Did you do your events?
Nope. Spawn roll for the 2 spawn pits nearest your necromancer, which will be those 2.
Nope, this one.
Oh yeah, that
and
is a spawn
this
pit.
one. I think those two are the closest.
Yep. So we'll do this one.
Okay, center gets
We'll get
2 metal.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one with the acid locust gets 2 gore. This is a game that I think, as much as I like its table presence and messiness, I appreciate that. It is something that I think would work well if it were like a computer game, just because of how much stuff gets placed around.
All right, so we got Spawn of Death, not to be confused with Spawn. We rolled D4 for deck, draw from deck until creature, which we get another ugly ogre. Place 1d12 spaces from your lair entrance.
So your layer entrance being right there.
And it's 4 spaces.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Cool.
So it's an ugly ogre right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that's 4. Assuming like this is where you're starting.
I think so.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Jimmy's necro? Where's James's necro?
Is this 5?
Oh.
Is his where his necro is underneath that, and then the 4 is his number 1
I
squad.
mean, we could probably put them on the top, and it would.
Yeah, that's what I was
Sure,
thinking.
we could do
It's
that.
like-
I kind of like I like seeing it buried though, but you're right. We could just put it on top as long as we can remember which. So this is like that. So it is straight across from both of those. So there and there.
If James's necro had died,
He lost.
I
he would lose the game
That'd
there.
be that. If he had rolled, he rolled 3d12 for his 3 squads. One of them was a 1. If the necromancer had been that 1, I would have won. Game would have been over.
So I just want to everybody. We were really close to an end.
Yeah,
end of
I remember we played a game where someone died in a collapse.
I think it was me.
Yeah, it was like.
I think you cast a collapse spell.
I was like, okay, well, there you go.
I do remember a time too when Mike cast a collapse spell. It was the D12 away, and he rolled a
Like,
1
buried himself.
and had to like put it basically on top of
Yeah, I
himself.
remember that. That was good. You mean not good?
All right. Card. Let's. Got a bunch of gore on me. I could use.
This-
Shadow Flame.
This Eternal Evil Emperor is going to show up, immediately dig me out to just punch me.
That might happen.
Yeah, he's
And
gonna,
actually, I guess right now it behooves me to summon as much
Yeah,
as I can.
right.
Just to accelerate
He's
this
going to
track.
punch me right in the face as hard as he can, and I'm going to die.
All right. So I could summon this round. It's good. And then I could also do this guy if I need more metal and more Shadow Flame. But I have cards I can discard for Shadow Flame. So I'm going to go with the metal deck, the Bribe deck. Okay. I'll get rid of this for the 2 metal. Another excavation-based spell, but don't need it right now. And then I will discard a card I've had since the beginning of the game that I have sort of been waiting to use because he seems pretty strong. Alas, however, I'm getting rid of him. The very fast, pretty good stat, Hallway Horror. He has 7 speed. And he's got like 16s in his stats. It's pretty strong. But he's gone for 1 Shadow Flame. And then we're going to summon some stuff. Let's move first to here. So I can at least summon them maybe somewhere useful. Let's just go here instead. And I'm going to summon up... Do I have enough for this? 3 gore, yeah. 4 metal. I don't have enough metal. So could I get rid of something else? No. Darn, I don't have enough for all of it. Okay. Well, then I guess I'll just summon this guy. 2, 3, and 3. We're gonna summon the Insidious Muck.
Hey, is that the glue guy that we had last
That's the
time?
glue guy. His ability is glue guy. 3 gore, 2 shadow flame, and 3 metal.
If you want to show that muck off, you
Yeah, show this glue guy right there. It's a little bit of a delay on this camera right now, but there he is. And it
Glue
says
guy.
in his ability, it's just glue guy.
He's a gluey guy. In the last game, James picked up my... James, was it you?
Yeah, I
Picked
picked
up
up your Necromancer
My necro.
with the
Pulled
glue
away.
guy.
And took him somewhere. I don't know
This
to
where.
get beat up.
dude.
Yeah, I think he just got beat up
We
somewhere.
stuffed him in a
This
locker.
Dude, I don't want to. I was gonna go fight that guy, but they look kind of strong. Just because they give -3. -3 to what is it again?
Opponent armor and weapon.
And weapon is my strong one.
Hmm.
So
And they're also, it's a binding ability, so...
right. So it's -9 right now. Their stats are actually pretty good too. I guess if I did like these 3,
Mm-hmm.
my stats for special would be 4, 8, 10 versus their 12. So I'd probably lose that. But then my dodge is really high at 23, so I'll win that. And then Bloodthirst is 6, 10 versus 3, so I might not win that. It's a little too close for comfort. Yeah, let's have this guy excavate again. Just gonna keep digging out. Oh, this why do I have this here? I think this was my previous excavation.
There could be.
I'm just gonna discard it to here. I think I drew one from the top when I did it instead of going with that. I'll remember this time. Yeah, just excavating again. And that is going to be my turn. I summoned one dude, so that advanced this. Which I don't know if I did. I don't think I did. So it's advanced now.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to draw this spell that you just discarded
Okay.
from that trusty old...
I was a little
Expedition
concerned you might
deck.
take it to try to
Yeah.
get out with. It's the one that lets you excavate quickly,
Mhm.
right?
That's right.
And it's on your space.
I'm lacking in the metal department, though. And I don't really have a way to get around that. So I'm going to have to draw another card from the Bribe deck with my Necromancer.
Okay.
Whoa, this guy's awesome.
Comet Crack and John Edwards mentioning Mushroom Eaters as a pretty special game. Yeah, Mushroom Eaters is rad.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do a play of that at some point
Yeah.
too. I'd like to do a lot of Nate Hayden's games in the near future over the next couple months. Do some more Sea Evil on stream during the Halloween season. Do some Psycho Raiders.
Yeah, we
Let's
should
do
do
that.
Sea Evil before
And discard
Halloween's over.
Yeah,
the
we should.
plague person.
Maybe next week.
for a medal.
Next week might be bad, but we'll see.
And that's going to be my turn.
Okay. Did you cast that spell that
Nope.
you or invoke that spell?
Yeah, I don't have the resources for it actually.
Okay. Great. I'm gonna go ahead and grab me a. Moving toward that shadow flame. So why don't we do? Why don't we do more bribe? That's a cool guy. Okay. The Insidious Muck should be number 2. Is gonna move 1, 2, 3 up to there. My Necromancer. So, do you know how line of sight might work in regards to being buried?
That's a great question.
Because it says you can't combat, right? When you're buried.
Player squads may move past adjacent enemies, squads, and wandering monsters stuck in a collapse.
To move past adjacent. But do they have line of sight to each other
I don't know.
if they're adjacent? These guys are continuing to excavate, so they'll remove 2 of these rocks.
He's trying to fire into the collapsed area.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
I think yes. I think that you still have a line of sight. Any creatures trapped in a collapse can continue to perform actions, but are unable to move or perform combat. If the Necromancer is caught in a collapse, it may still use the Invoke action and create squads into spaces adjacent to it. Item, spells, and resources cannot be passed to and from adjacent creatures stuck in a collapse.
Can't be passed.
Right.
Okay.
Player squads may move past adjacent enemy squads and wandering monsters stuck in a collapse.
Okay. What I'm curious about here, namely, is my Ice Dead Sorceress once per game ability.
Mm-hmm.
If I get next to this dude, can I take control of him?
I think so.
Because
Yeah.
presumably this blocks line of sight. But if I'm next to you,
Sure. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I'll see if it says something about, like, collapsed tiles
Yeah.
blocking sight. But yeah, that makes sense to me.
come steal you, boy.
Mm-hmm.
So what do I need here? I need all of them. I'm also gonna get rid of. Oh, I think our kill cam is about to turn off.
Uh-oh.
Maybe it just did. Yes, it did. Kill cam is done for.
Out of juice.
Out of juice.
I do have an external battery if you do want to use it again, but...
In the future, I think maybe we'll hook that up. I'm gonna get rid of this for 1 gore.
Yeah, obviously, no squad can perform ranged combat through unexcavated spaces. This is specifically for ranged combat, but a player can only attack with ranged combat if he can draw an unobstructed line drawn from the center space to the center space of the defender. Any other squad blocking that line, that squad becomes the target.
Well, I won't do it right now.
Yeah.
I won't do it right now. But what I will do is, because no combat happens, if I'm next to you, we're not going to fight next turn.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what? I'm actually going to go back to the land of the living. I'm going to step out to there.
Cool.
So that is 1. I can move 3, I guess. This is in the center. So 2. I'll just go to there. Yeah, let's go. Let's stay in here. So I'll go 1, 2. So I've moved through one space of unobstructed terrain, or obstructed terrain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my turn. That's it.
Cool.
Can I see the rulebook, please, James?
Of course.
See if I can find anything more about
Yeah.
line of sight.
Yeah, I'm going to discard this Morning Star Mace for 2 metal. I'm going to invoke Enhanced Expedition for 3 Shadow Flame and 2 metal.
Okay.
And since I invoked it, I can't also cast it this turn because that's my action.
Correct.
And I think that's all I'll do then.
Okay.
Let me see if I can invoke something else. Yes. Going to invoke Astral Bomb
Ooh, double invoking.
for 1 metal, 2 gore, 3 shadow flame.
Yeah, we'll have to see if maybe an FAQ or something talks about seeing into.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I would assume it is still blocked because I'm imagining a scenario now where you're blocked, you're covered,
Mm-hmm.
and someone that has line of sight to that space is trying to shoot at you, and I'd
Sure.
say no, you're blocked.
Right.
And adjacency doesn't change that.
Even
Even if we're both
that's my
covered.
turn. I summoned
You get
a
what?
spell and a bomb.
What does your bomb do?
Destroys everything in a 1 space radius.
Okay, the end.
Well, I haven't used it yet.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying it just
Right.
does that.
Yeah.
And
When you move with it, you roll 1d4.
oh, that's right.
After the carrier moves, on a 4, the bomb explodes.
So if you move with that bomb, you might blow up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That can be okay.
And you can cast the spells while you're buried.
Yes, it
Okay.
said you just can't combat or move.
Okay. So if I get next to you, even if you're underground,
Oh yeah.
you can still go kaboom. Okay.
Call it a tie.
Yeah, that's what it would
If
be.
you get right here, I'm blowing up. I don't care.
Yeah, either I win or no one wins. That's. All right, I'm gonna draw up a metal. Well, actually, I'm about to pick up metal.
We're very close to
We
the
are very close.
to Goro coming out.
I'm gonna go with shadow again. Ooh, that's another cool one. I'm gonna get rid of him though.
Being collapsed, are you safe
Yeah.
from Goro right now?
No, because he's
For one
Oh,
shadow.
you can just excavate.
he's an immediate excavator, which means
Mm.
I don't know if you touched on it when we
I
had
did
that,
not.
but if you have an excavation speed of 4 or more, you're an immediate excavator, and you
One.
basically just move into a thing and excavate it, so you don't need to like wait a turn.
See.
So, yeah, the Eternal Evil Emperor, when he shows up and he's trying to get to me, he can just like dislodge all the dirt and walk up to me.
So I'm right here right now.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go 1 to grab that. Go 2 to here. And then go. Three to here. I'm a little worried right now. Actually, let me stay here because you have that bomb, and I guess you can only cast 1 spell around, though, right? Can you
Yeah.
cast more than 1?
Well, the bomb's an item. It's
Oh, the bomb's an item.
yeah.
What I am envisioning is you're gonna cast your get out of the cave spell,
Mm-hmm.
and then you are going to run up next to my necromancer and use that bomb.
I might.
And so I want to be out of here. I was gonna pick this stuff up. I gotta think on this. How am I gonna be able to do what I need to do? A bunch of shadow. Did you move this up on my turn?
I did.
Okay. So 3 steps. It's get tricky. I think my necro's gonna have to hide. I'm gonna have to ignore this right now. And go 1, 2, 3 into the wall here.
This is into the wall.
I think this is an open space.
No way.
Come on, it's printed up there. It's way more texture than anything else
Yeah, I
out
don't
here.
think so.
Come on, you kidding me?
No, it's got the same texture as everything else
Some,
surrounding it.
it has some of the same texture. This is
No,
totally
that's the wall. Or,
No,
yeah.
you kidding me? The wall. All right. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm gonna go right there. That if you're saying that's in the wall, I'm going in there.
Yeah, that's in the wall.
Yeah, wish I could move further. And then my insidious muck is gonna go 1, 2, 3. Picking up all this. It's all shadow flame. These dudes are gonna finish excavating. Flip over the right card this time. It's a tunnel. This tunnel is gonna go maybe like that. Maybe let's do this so I can kind of reconnect. Go back to there. Make a roll. The white one is the type 2 gore. And they're just going to collect that because they're moving on in. And they're going to continue on 1, 2 to here.
Cool.
Look at that. A living kill cam.
Is that your turn?
My Necro hasn't done an action yet. He's only moved.
Yeah, and a beautifully attached battery. The battery is like really clean and elegant.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. Looks like you rubber banded an iPhone too. All right. Yeah. That'll be my turn.
Cool.
Go ahead. I feel like I gotta think this through pretty carefully.
Alright. I'm going to summon from the Construct deck. Ugh.
I just
I'm
say
gonna
I
get
don't
rid of
think.
this.
Go ahead.
No, sorry.
I don't think thinking through carefully is really in the theme of the game.
No, I'm a smart necromancer.
Okay, I'm going to cast Enhanced Expedition.
Okay.
And I will draw a card from the Excavate deck.
Mike John Edwards in chat says he appreciates you for doing the switching in the production.
Oh, thanks, John.
Place a noted tile adjacent to caster. Ignore any events drawn.
There you go. Should be other way around, I guess.
Yeah.
So you
Can I
can
just
flip
flip
that
it?
one. Just
Yeah.
flip that one.
Wow, so you just
You drew the exact
opened
same.
it all back up.
The exact same one.
And,
Fortunately, I believe your Necro only has 3 move.
shit.
Yep, I counted on that. You cannot win the game this turn, my friend. I apologize. Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Is that guy moving?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm going to take control of him.
Okay.
'Cause he's in line of sight. He's 3 spaces away. And I cannot take control of Necromancer squads.
Checks that.
1, 2, 3. Well, okay, I guess let's talk about this then. You can't see into that space. Can I see out of it? Because line of sight is drawn to a space. And I can draw line of sight to this.
So
but
you're like peeking through the rock. You're like in a little hidey hole.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
the question.
I think that's fine.
So that's the question.
Yeah.
Or do you think I should go both ways? If you can, if someone can see you, you can see them. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
That's more standard in war games.
Who are you trying to see?
So I have, if we want to kill cam, let me get this monstrosity of a kill cam up.
Hey, it's beautiful.
So
Elegant.
my necromancer is in this. We've determined. I don't agree necessarily, but we've determined this is a cave wall, and I have the ability to go into unexcavated areas. We also determined that you can't see into unexcavated areas. but couldn't you see out of them? Because I think the rules describe you draw a line of sight into a space. And so can I draw a line of sight from here into this open space? I'm trying to mind control that thing. I guess my instinct is probably no.
Yeah, we can read the rules segment again if you hand me the book here. But
Sure. Why don't for the interest, it's your turn. So for
Yeah.
the interest of moving along, why don't we just say I can't?
Sure.
Unless I immediately see that I can, and then
Mhm.
we can go from there. Yeah, it's not super clear. I think I might have a printed out FAQ here that I'll
Yeah.
peruse, but let's say no for right now. Let's just say line of sight goes both ways. I guess the real question then is does an attacker, does their own hex block their own line of sight? And if anyone in chat wants to chime in, you are welcome to.
Okay, I'm also going to invoke a noxious wisp for my 2 squad here.
Okay.
Squad 2.
Squad 2. That'll be my go. I summoned this guy, and it's the end of my turn. So if you summon anything, our favorite gentleman will show up.
Cool. Hang on. It says page 4 might have. Page 4 does not have the info I was looking for. Anyway, this doesn't really answer it, so.
Sure. Yeah, let me take a peek while you're taking your turn.
Here's the rules, and here's the printed out FAQ that I've got.
Cool.
This could be a short turn though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's draw a card. Let's draw a gore. Or let me see. What am I trying to summon here? No, let's draw a bribe card. Ooh. I'm getting rid of the spiny bug for its metal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use that metal on my turn. What is number 2? Noxious
It's
Wisp.
a noxious wisp.
Okay. I'm going to summon. I'll summon into my squad. Why not? I'll actually have my Necromancer move a step back to here. And I'm going to summon into my squad for the metal that I already threw in there, for the Shadow Flame, and for the 2 gore that I've got. Another Necromonk.
Yeah.
Another boy.
No feller.
Zoop.
All right.
The Emperor of Eternal Evil emerges from the pit.
Once awakened.
Ooh. Kill cam looks great right now. It's just a
No, you're right
good
here.
shot.
At the beginning of each cycle hereafter, players evaluate who has the most enemy kill points.
It's me at 6.
They control the focus of the Emperor and must declare a Necromancer that the Emperor is trying to destroy. Till the said Necromancer is destroyed, or a new player controls the Emperor at the beginning of each cycle, the Emperor must move towards the declared Necromancer. The player may choose himself. The Emperor may move to either the declared Necromancer's end squad for combat, or the Necromancer's Chthonic Crystal to destroy, whichever is closer. And we reevaluate.
Earlier, so a comic I pointed out that we should place this because then there's a pit.
Oh, sure.
It's not going to make a difference, but it should have been wherever this was before.
Is that pit untraversable?
You're gonna move
you
over
can't
them,
stop
but
in
you can
it,
stop
and
them.
stuff will come out of it. So yes, this should have been a good call. Good call.
the cave's butthole.
This was.
Something about these Nate Hayden games make me want to talk dirty and gross.
Yeah, it was like that. So yes, good call. Good call on placing that. Should have been there.
Cool.
Again, not that I think it's going to make a huge difference.
Great.
So
So
yes.
start of your next turn, you will control that. Unless I can get more kill points than you by then.
Okay. Cool. And then you are here, right?
Mhm.
Right next to it.
Yes.
It'll come at you though at the start of your turn.
Will it? Is it?
I think it's
Well-
just a dude.
Yeah.
It's got a creature card just like any
That's
creature.
true.
So continuing my turn, this dude, Glooman.
It's Gloomin.
Glooman. John Glooman. Is moving back there. This dude is going to.
Glue salesman.
This guy's going to keep playing Dwarf Fortress over here, and he's going to start keep excavating, I think. He's actually going to collapse. He's going to collapse. So 3 collapsation markers. My Necro moved, and he summoned and moved. And that'll be my turn.
Is
But
this guy
I would
a wandering monster?
assume.
So this
he's a
says
dude.
the Emperor will combat any squad in its path, player or wandering monster. Any squads not in its path, yet adjacent, are ignored. Emperor continues moving after combat.
Well, it's your turn,
Yeah.
but let
Yeah.
me look here. I guess if it is your friend, the first thing you're going to do is
Right.
your turn. But I'm also wondering if, in the first step of a turn, it's going to say like
I think
enemy squads or wandering monsters. That's what it says. Enemy squads or wandering monsters. Wandering monsters populate the cave. Can anyone chime in? Comic Crack Doctor, people that have played this, is the enemy? Is the Eternal Evil Emperor a wandering monster that would fight the adjacent dudes at the start of their turn, like a wandering monster would? Because it is a good question.
I'm gonna pull a bribe card. If we gonna get rid of this for the 2 metal. And that's not really the result I needed to do something besides run away from this guy. Yeah, I think he's gonna catch me and murder me no matter where I go.
And it says it'll combat any squad in its path. But
Yeah, I think it more means, in a situation where like if I run my dude away,
right, he would chase you and
he
fight.
would chase me, but he wouldn't fight my 2 squad necessarily.
Only if it's in his direct path.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So like if the Necro ran this way and the 2 squads got in the way, then he would.
Yeah, so I don't see a way to move. I was hoping to get the resources to draw a guy that could help me out here. But
That is a good looking kill
You're-
cam, Mike.
you got a wall hack going on that I can't do
Dramatic
anything
shot.
about.
Dramatic shot.
I think I'm toast.
You might be toast.
It's very sideways though, Scott.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Because I can't. This isn't. No
Look,
one
there's
wants that.
issues with the kill. Look, the kill cam is perfect. Don't blame the kill cam. All right. You just don't know how to
Look
operate
at
it.
that dick.
This is the demonetizing episode.
Yeah.
I need the art from Sea Evil that says kill.
I know. Well,
I was trying to find it online just now, and it's not on here. So
I made it. I don't think it's from.
no, I thought it's on the back of the card.
Okay, we use different stuff.
No, I know. I want that one that's on the back of the
You'd
card.
have to find. You can get on Board Game Geek, I'm sure.
So, talking through sort of my situation.
Yeah.
The I can't win a fight against this guy. He's got 66 and everything.
Yeah, don't even need to roll.
Right. He's immune to items, so I can't use my Astral Bomb to kill him.
That's correct.
He is. I can't reach any of Scott's characters or creatures to get more kill points than Scott, which we would reevaluate at the end of.
Right, my guys are too far away.
Right, because you only have like 6.
So these two guys out, and I have 6 kill points. You would get 6 from this guy. If you killed this squad, you'd get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and a half.
I guess I could try to blow up those guys. How many people are in here?
Just this one dude.
Just that one dude. So we'd be tied, so we'd roll off.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how you'd get over there, though.
Yeah, I was looking at my one squad. I was... Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3... Yeah. That's a no-go. So, I think... Unless you can, like, chain people breaking up and moving.
You cannot.
Yeah, then...
Yeah, it says that if someone enters a squad, then each creature can only move up to its move.
So, the best case scenario is that I can move exactly 3 spaces away, and then on its turn it will move 3 spaces towards me, be adjacent, and punch me to death.
Yes, that is
so,
right. Comet Craig also says in here...
couldn't you move the 2
in his games,
It'll just kill it.
they do treat these the same as though if they're like adjacent at the start you have to fight them.
That sort of makes sense.
The rules don't necessarily say that.
Right, but that gives you another turn, right? Because can he hit 2 and you in one turn?
Yeah, it says he keeps moving after combat.
Oh.
So
and then combating again.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. So he this is not meant.
Well,
this is not meant to be any.
Even if he
longer
didn't, it would not be. It would. I'd still be on the same issue where he'd be adjacent to me, and I could move exactly 3 spaces away, not get any more kill points, and he would catch up to me and kill me. So, I can't like outmaneuver this dude. He moves exactly as quickly as me.
Yeah,
and I'm next
Can
to
you
him.
kill your own dudes?
Yeah, but I don't get kill points for it.
Yeah, you get enemy kill points.
Right.
James
Okay.
is not his own enemy.
I concede.
Okay.
What? I want to see the battle for the Goro battle.
Okay, we'll do the Goro battle. All right. I'll start with weapon. I think is my strongest, or no, armor is my strongest.
I don't think we have to roll.
And I
What's your
have.
armor?
Well, let's go through it for Mike. I have 36 armor.
Well, that's pretty good.
Now, what's the?
I'm gonna bust out this other die
Right.
for the.
What's the Emperor's armor?
66.
Okay, let's roll. Let's see what happens.
You got an 8.
Yeah. So what did I say? Okay, so I got 44.
That's actually very high.
Yeah, it is. It's very high.
And I have 75.
Okay.
He got into the 70s, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't have to roll for this. He can beat me.
So
in
I'm-
every,
so
that was
I'm
my
the defen-
strongest possible.
So I'm the
thing.
defender.
Uh-huh.
You did armor. I'm gonna say Bloodthirst.
Okay, let's do Bloodthirst.
Yours is 66 again.
Yeah.
So
I've got only 21 Bloodthirst.
Okay, great.
So 22.
Okay,
22.
and I'm sitting at this would be 70.
Okay.
Ooh, he hit the 70.
The Emperor of Eternal Evil, I think, wins this one.
He knocked your head off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kills your necromancer, eviscerates him,
Mm-hmm.
and I am now the only one standing.
You're the evilest
Now-
emperor now.
Now you are an evil wizard.
Now I am an evil wizard. Now let me make sure here. It does say, and I'm 99% sure I have read this before, but even if the evil has come out, if there's only one dude left alive, that one dude wins.
Right. It just comes up with a different
Yeah.
potential win condition.
I'm
You
more
can't kill that guy, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Again, it's extremely unlikely that you would. You would need to have very high equipment, a squad that's made up of a bunch of dudes. It's possible. It's just extremely unlikely.
Yeah. So.
Yes, his minimum roll for anything is 67.
Right.
So.
I mean, you got up to that had like what 40 something.
Yeah, which is
potential
it's
armor.
very good. But
So
Some debuff trinkets could be good.
you
on
need to
him.
flank it. You need to
yeah,
flank him.
you need to.
Which I guess you
flank
could
him.
have.
I suppose I could have.
But I still don't know that. It
Flank
would
him and debuff him with some trinkets. Save some of them trinkets. That
I think
give
he's
him
I think he's immune to binding, but I might be wrong.
that sucks.
I don't know if he is.
Yeah.
No, it says items, spells, once per game abilities, and that's none of those.
Sure.
So yeah, he could be bound,
I guess
but
it's possible.
yeah, you gotta flank him. You gotta go in there with a bunch of dudes, 3 or 4 squads.
Right. I don't have the guys for it.
Right.
My one squad he's a beastly dude, but the Noxious Wisp is not. And
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have too many good dudes in my hand. I was sort of saving up for this Tormentor. The
You love that guy.
Tormentor, he can invoke cards for the Necromancer.
Let's see him.
oh, that's cool.
This dude here.
Yeah, that guy's cool.
Yeah, so I figured I could have my Necro crawling through these walls, picking up resources to summon new things, and this guy could be out, like, doing the
Actually
same
conjuring
and
them.
conjuring
Yeah.
up monsters.
I was saving up for the Hell Chomper,
Ooh, Hell Chomper.
who's both really good, and he's an instant excavator. He's got a 4 excavation.
That card
I
is
know.
so good.
That's
So
really good.
he was gonna try to chase Scott down through the walls.
That would have been good.
Yeah.
Oh my
That would have been a
God.
good card for this unknown ghost that I had.
Yeah.
Because I can only move one step, but then you can just plop down
Right,
like a
okay, I'm
giant
hitting. I'm
path.
like,
That might be my new favorite card.
yeah, it's really good artwork.
Yeah. Now, Mike, I know you took a picture of the tomato and the food chain magnet expansion as a tattoo idea. I think you got to get this.
Yeah.
I mean,
this
why not
Hell
both?
Chomper.
Right.
Hell Chomper versus Food Chain Magnate Tomato. Who wins?
Well, I guess I have claimed victory 2 cave evils in a row.
That's right.
Last time it was the goat
Yeah.
that showed up, and my necromancer ran up and killed the goat in an opportune dive.
That was a bunch of bullshit, though.
Well, you were
Oh,
getting
it's because
close
I killed
to
you.
winning.
It's because I just
And
I
Scott was
glue-guyed
losing
you.
the whole game.
Yeah, you
Well,
were losing
okay,
really badly.
Losing isn't fair. I was just not clearly succeeding.
The win condition before the goat woke up was get the most kill points, and Mike did it almost immediately.
I had all of
and
them
it was on
ready
its
to do
way,
it.
and then
you
I
needed,
glue
you needed
guide him.
27.
Yeah,
You
And Mike
glue
had
guide
them
me
all,
right
like,
before I
one
could
kill.
pray to the goat and
Yeah.
give him all my gore.
you were one turn away.
Yep, one turn away.
Glued.
The glue guy pulled him off. And then
Awful.
when the goat awakens, whoever has the most kill points can control where the goat goes, sort of. You roll a die that gives you a cardinal direction, and then the person with the most kill points can direct like
That's
how
right, you
many
can fight the goat.
like exact spaces it goes. And
Yeah, I just didn't get any good cardinal
you
directions.
decided to scorn Jimmy, ran the goat in my direction. The goat's really weak, and so my necromancer just ran up and killed him because only necromancers can combat the goat.
And you only get a cardinal direction, right? So, like,
Yeah.
I really couldn't run it away unless it gave me that direction to go away from
Sure.
both of you.
Right.
I would have. If I could do it, I would just run it towards
So
me.
yeah, if we want to set this here, so the Eternal Evil Emperor is one of the evils that can show up. There is also, we talked about a secondary bitch before. There is also the the Darkest Evil bitch.
I think it's the darkest evil bitch. Yeah. Here I can.
Sure. So there's this
Yeah.
this little lady here. We can pop her up in the cam.
The darkest evil bitch, who's also one that you need to
She's like a snake.
fight, though she's weaker.
She's like a snake lady. To be clear, too, these miniatures, they are official, but they are not a standard component of the game. They were sold in limited sets, and they are pretty rare. However, the guy who originally sculpted them, I ended up reaching out to him, just saying, like, hey, would you ever be interested in sculpting any more of these? And he was like, yeah, it takes a little bit of time, and he's in Scandinavia, but I don't remember where. And he said, Manuel, England. I couldn't remember his last name. But Manuel said, like, yeah, give me, when I have free time, I'd be happy to sculpt you a group of them. So I gave him money. I don't remember how much they were, but yeah, he made them and sent them over. I painted them up. They came in like just a bunch of sort of swirly paint, like these are black and white swirls underneath. Some were just all sorts of different colors. But yeah, they're neat. They're very handmade in appearance, so they're not like super high detail. But that goes with the game. So anyway, so there's the Eternal Evil Emperor, this 4-armed, or I think it's 2 arms but 4-tailed thing with a giant penis, goat legs.
Oh, you're on the kill cam?
Yeah, sorry, kill cam. So there's that guy.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
There's the Darkest Evil Bitch, this like snake lady whose rib cage is sort of bursting out of her chest. What are some of the other names you want to throw out?
We got the Darkest Statue of Death.
Darkest Statue of Death, which is it's a bronze statue that like you in the game. What do you have to do? You have to like cover it in blood.
Yeah, you like give it blood, and then you can use like the eye lasers that it has.
Yeah, it's like a bronze statue, a dark bronze statue that you need to kill things and then spend your kill points to bathe it in blood, which is why I put blood all over it.
Oh, it ends up being like a capture the flag thing. She has like you take like her crystal eye back to your lair.
Oh, okay, sure,
Yeah.
That's right. But in the meantime,
You can
fire
zap
eye
people,
lasers,
yeah.
which is why I give it glowing eyes. Who
Got
else?
the evil black old goat, who we talked
Evil
about.
Black Old Go, which is the last game Mike James and I played, which was a few days ago. This is the evil that showed up.
Kill a bunch of guys and then pray to him.
Yeah, yep. You have to kill 20, I think it's 27 enemy kill points, and then give it to the goat.
Yep.
Or if you can't do that in time, the goat wakes up and starts to just march in a direction, and it will immediately kill anything that it encounters,
Except
necromancers.
Yep.
And so it is very weak. Its stats are like all 3 or 4 or something.
Yeah.
So most necromancers have all 12s in their strength, so they're actually very strong against the goat. But it if you lose, you're dead.
Right.
And then
The Pit of Infinite Shadow.
the pit itself, the pit of infinite shadow, which we've never encountered. I don't think.
We did it once.
This is the one you have to jump in.
Yeah, you don't have to fight anything. The pit opens up, and you have to get onto the pit space.
That's right. So the pit itself opens up, and you it doesn't move, doesn't go anywhere, just hangs out right in the middle, and you just go jump in.
It becomes like a battle for control, like in the middle of the board, where you're trying to kill everything that's blocking your way, so you can just leap into the pit.
Yeah, your necromancer has to go jump in.
Someone asked if we played a 4-player game. We
have,
but they're very long.
They're long. So we played standard rules plus some of the advanced rules in the back of the book. There is a popular semi-official variant of the game called Turbo Necro, and it's on Board Game Geek. If you search Turbo Necro, one word, it will come up. And I say it's semi-official because I think, if I remember right, the person that proposed it is someone who has design credit in the game, and this game is made by a group of designers called the Emperors of Eternal Evil. Nate Hayden is the name who gets thrown around the most, but there are several others, groups of artists, designers. It's a very collaborative effort, and the thing I remember hearing is that the Emperors, like typically when they play Cave Evil now, they play with the Turbo Necro variant. Essentially, it's a quick start. So in the regular game, we started with I think it was like 2 of these bribe cards, 1 construct card, and 1 shadow flame card,
and then a necromunk.
And then a necromunk card. They have unique backs compared to any other deck. So there are 4 of them. Each player gets 1 at random. I think there are 2 kinds. Basically, James and I had the same one, but stat-wise, they vary slightly with some of them. And then you get 3 resources of your choice. 1 gore, 1 shadow flame, 1 metal if you want, 3 of one, 2 of one, and 1 of another. It's your choice, but very small amount of resources. Most of these guys, we didn't really talk about summoning stuff too much. A lot of the weak dudes cost I'd say 5 resources in total. Some of the stronger ones can be 10 plus.
The Hell Chomper that I mentioned is 4 metal, 5 gore, and 3 shadow flame. So it's very expensive.
It's what,
Can you
12?
please show him again, just for me?
All right, which
Yeah.
cam are you on?
Yeah, kill cam.
Show everyone. That guy's awesome.
God, he's the best.
Yeah, I never seen.
Wait,
that
how
guy.
many eyes does he have? He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eyes,
It looks like 5 eyes
4 noses,
and a lot of teeth.
many teeth.
Presumably the eyes keep going
Yeah, I
around.
think
It
they
looks
go all
like the bottom is not attached to the top by physical things, it's like probably just floating under the top.
What if it's like one of those air fresheners that you like pop open?
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe the
middle's connected.
Connects and it just like
There's
goes,
like a
counts up
throat
and
connection.
down. Yeah.
I like that a lot.
But so resources are pretty valuable. Like James, you and I spent a lot of this game with like one or two things out. Because
Spending a lot of time cycling through decks we needed to
trying
get the
to
resources
get to
we
these
needed.
spawn
Yep.
pits to pick stuff up. And so something Turbo Necro does is you start with, I think it's 3 cards of all 4 decks. So instead of just 3 cards in total or 4 cards in total, you start with 12 cards. And then you start with 30 of each resource. And beyond that, you can summon for free, before the game even starts, any of the cards in your hand. So you're essentially starting the game with full squads, a bunch of resources to cast spells and summon other things. You're starting with like a full army. And so the game moves a lot faster. It also, the game, I believe, starts on the space where the evil is revealed. So
That's
the
right.
game starts with the evil already known. And so it's way faster. It plays like twice as fast. But you do lose some of the like sort of prodding and tactical position. You lose for fighting game fans, you lose the footsies. You lose the like sort of trying to goad other players into doing things, kind of trying to, just chip away at them a little bit. Make them do something they don't want to do. In this game, I started excavating. My initial plan, my thought, was to have my first crew made run to the center and grab stuff. But then Jimmy started excavating to a nearby spot, and I thought, he's going to get to those before I get to the center, so I got to start excavating too. So, like, little games like that, where in the Turbo Necro games, I feel like we don't excavate that much.
No.
We sort of run into
I
the center.
don't at all.
and
Yeah.
blast.
I don't in the regular game either. I don't know why, but I just avoid excavating.
Our last game, we ended up mostly marching huge stacks of dudes down the middle and then beat each other up in the middle. And so you sort of play that game where it's like, who's going to like step into the ring first? But,
Yeah. It's like a challenge.
It's not the same. It's different. I would prefer to play it that way most times, but
I kind of wish there was an in-between where it's a little less stacked. Like, you're a little less stacked at the beginning. There's a couple of turns of build-up. Because I feel like Turbo Necro, there's like no build-up. It's like, you're ready to fight right away.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
Yeah, some people in the chat are saying that they play with Turbo Necro when they play.
yeah.
Because, it does get right to the point. And then you also, in this case, once the Emperor came out, like, I won.
Right.
There was nothing that was going to happen. You just didn't have the resources at hand to do anything about it. You would have had to have... And, I mean, you could say you shouldn't bring your Necro into the center then. You should leave them hiding so that you can build up a force and come get them. But with Turbo Necro, you probably could have fought this guy. Maybe not one in one go, but I think it would have been more realistic to fight him.
Sure, yeah.
Especially because you start knowing what it is.
Right.
And so you can say, okay,
You can
I
sort
know
of plan
this is just
accordingly.
going to be a slugfest.
Right.
It's not a kill enemies and then appease the goat or jump into the pit. It is, this dude comes out and then just we're going head to head. So you can plan for that. But I like both versions.
Yeah.
They're different. Mike, you are definitely right that a 4-player game of this takes a long time. Like this took us, it's a little after 5 right now, so that took us like 90 minutes roughly, I would say, to play.
Sure.
We started, or 2 hours rather,
Right.
2.5 hours, not 90 minutes. And that's probably about right for a 2-player game, a standard 2-player game, and being on camera adds some time. But roughly 2 hours, I would say, for a 2-player game. But a 4-player game, the regular, it's like a 4-hour game.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a long game. Not necessarily a bad thing, but Turbo Necro is my preferred, I would say.
Yeah. I know we've talked about, this with Civilization. There are some like quick start versions, but I feel like there's a real charm in playing Civilization and seeing your sort of thing on the board go from like, oh, I just have this one guy, and then you're building cities and that sort of thing. And there can be something that's lost in like a quick start, but at the same time, you want to play it.
Dr. Mabuse says half numbers during Turbo Necro could be a good middle ground.
Sure.
I agree.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of doing, I guess I maybe just have like all of it. Maybe do like 2 cards of each, and then 15 resources.
Yeah, I feel like that might be a good way to
or even do
Just
like two
dial
of
back
these,
the
one of
slug,
these.
the immediate slugfest.
Because it definitely Turbo Necro definitely makes it so you don't care about resources.
Yeah, which is also interesting. I think we pull from like the Abyss deck a lot because you're like, oh, I want like a powerful thing because I know I can afford it.
Right, you just dig through this.
More than like, oh, I need more goblins to.
Yeah, like some like the Insanity Demon costs 9 to summon, right?
Right.
Like the Giant Geosteed costs 12. It looks like. The Undead Dragon is 10. Like yeah, these are there are a lot of really expensive dudes.
Mhm.
And if you're drawing these up and you're like, all right, I'm gonna exchange this for 4 gore, and now I'm gonna need to go get 6 gems from somewhere, 6
Right.
metal. It ends up being a lot of time collecting resources.
I mean, it's the difference in like RTS games between. I think in a lot of RTS games, like if you can disrupt someone's economic engine, you're gonna win, right?
Right.
And so it's the difference between like playing, Warcraft 3 and starting with gathering your stuff versus like I've got, all my I'm blanking on a Warcraft thing. Paladins.
Sure.
Yeah. You're playing a different game in terms of what's disruptive to
Sure.
enemy strategy.
I think they're both fun, and it's the sort of thing I think Turbo Necro, if it's a weeknight game, then we're like,
Yes.
we feel like playing Cave Evil. We're not going to start playing till 7:30 or 8 o'clock on a Thursday night. We'll do Turbo Necro, so we'll be done in 2 hours.
Right.
But if it's like, hey, I want to do, honestly, like a 2-player one-on-one thing, it's a little more tactical in some ways. Maybe we'll do the normal game. But yeah, thanks for playing again, Jimmy, and sorry that I hid in a cave wall and
Wall hacks.
I wall hacked. No clip. Mike is falling over.
My chair.
Oh no.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike, for taking care of business.
Hey, I got my
Oh, look at that.
Goblin Co.
Goblin Co. shirt on.
Yeah. Sean Auberg's got a Halloween book on Kickstarter right now. Go check it out.
Yeah, I backed that.
Yeah, me too.
He's saying it's not cleared yet. People need to back that thing.
Yeah, people gotta.
I want
it's,
mine.
It's not there. It's not at its goal yet. So
If
go
it
ahead and
doesn't
back
get
it.
there, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah.
I'll back another one.
Go ahead and go to go to Kickstarter.com, and Sean Auberg's got a cool Halloween book going. Yeah, I don't know.
My favorite is I'm on that camera now, so it's just in front of your face. Oh, you like my fish on the wall too? That's nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, I will try to be back before Halloween, and we'll play something real cool. Maybe Psycho Raiders, maybe Sea Evil, and that'll be the stream. Have a good 15 days before Halloween.
Today's the 14th.
16 days before Halloween.
That's still not right.
17 days. That's right.